Alright, I think we're ready to go. Hi, I'm DJ Spectre. This is the ESL Open number 27. I'm not quite totally set up, but hopefully we will be soon. We're going to be casting a game here. I gotta... I gotta get a couple of things set up here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Doing like 40 things at once here. Ba-ba-da. Okay, I probably should get the... I need to get open, actually, the tournament bracket here, which I don't have open. Give me 1 second, I gotta open that up. Hopefully you can hear me. I didn't get a chance to do a preview, so I have no idea. Let's see here, there's this one. Alright, move that up there. Where's my box? Launch. Alright, that should be up. Let's make sure this is all working. I think my... Alright. I think we're ready to go. Hi, I'm DJ Spectre. This is the ESL. I'm gonna close my own video preview because I don't need that open right now. Gotta see if everything's working the way it should be. Hopefully my Twitch alerts is working correctly. That's the goal. It may not be. That's okay, I guess if it's not. I gotta move some stuff around here just so I can see stuff that's going on, and maybe like things like chat, etc. All right. See who's running. Let's look at this bracket too. That would help. I don't need my own YouTube channel open. We don't care about that. The bracket's open. I don't know who wants to be cast. You know what I don't have open that everyone could use would be, where is that? This. Oh, we're not gonna play it on a source because they're on mobile. A little bit of music here. So. What is this? Alright, so we will, we're gonna wait to see if I can get a game. I'm still like going around here. Let's see if we can get a game here. If not, this will be a very short, sorry, a very short broadcast. Let's see here. Let's see whose games are coming up. Let's see here. Well, we are on the round of, what is it, 32? Yeah, it looks like there's some games in the round of 64. So I might have missed because I literally just, I actually was taking a nap right before this and then woke up literally at the last second. So
Child of virus, coming crisis. You're
here. So, yeah. So this will be a. Sorry, I'm yawning. My apologies. Looks like for the first 2 rounds, which is the round of 64, round of 32, it's going to be a best of 1. Then a best of 3 up until the finals, which is a best of 5. So we'll see here. If we can get a game here, I just don't know who's Let's do this. Let's put that chat up there so I can see things. Some of these things I don't need open, like I don't need that one. I don't need that. Don't need that. Some of these I may need open, but I'm not 100% certain about that. I'm
so sorry. That's my story. I know less than most do.
It's here. Yeah, I do apologize about this, people. Sometimes this happens at the start of a tournament. We're gonna need this. We are gonna need this. There we go. Need a mouse that can do all kinds of fun things. Ay, 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 and I even have Red Bull. Rid of that. See what's going on in our various chats. See if I can't get the game. No one's actually responding. I've had people say that their game is starting, but none of them have said they wanted to be casted. And if these players do not want to be casted, then we have nothing to show you. There are a couple of round of 32 games that look like they could have started. It looks like Flash Z versus Revolution. Slayer's Arthur has moved on after defeating Falante. He's waiting on another match to finish. Looks like Bobby is waiting on I'm Euro Trash versus Tesla. Y also is waiting on a match. Stim Packer's waiting on one. Zergwave. Black Cat and Sin actually could match up. Let's see if either one of those are in chat. Don't see either one of them in chat, so we might have started. Yeah, it looks like lots of people waiting for matches. It looks like Blue and CCT are each one of those in chat. They might be available. I don't see CCT or Blue in chat, so they must be in game. Also, this is the first time I have streamed since I've done the tweaks with my PC, so let's see if this works. Oh, I have this music playing in the background, so I guess I will turn this off for the moment. And increase the Monster Cat volume, maybe. Dun 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 dun. Good thing I might be doing Black Cat and Sin. Let's see where they're at, man. There he is. Two Americans duking it out. Let's see if they get back to me. Not look like Black Cat wants to be casted because I haven't heard back from him yet. So we might not be getting anything. That is unfortunate. I'll move some stuff off my desk here because I've got a small disaster after having gotten back from my vacation. Fraud. What? Okay, hold on. Can I change this? Oh, I'm not broadcasting at 60 frames a second. I wanted to be broadcasting at 60 frames a second. Apparently, actually, I know I said that. Why did it revert back? Whatever. Doesn't look like these guys want to be casted by me. I'm not sure why. Alright, we may have a match here. It looks like it might be Yoshi and Catalyst. Let's make sure that... Oh, and I should probably change my... Where's the observer interface? Gameplay? It's one of these that I forget, I don't know. Alright. Alright. what's up with this bug. There's a bug here where I do this, and like it deletes text. See? I don't know, it does this sometimes. Alright. Hopefully I've got the right observer interface set, because I don't think I do, actually. But we will see. We shall see. What I'm going to do real quick here, actually, while we're doing the veto process here, is I'm actually going to go and grab a quick cup of water. So give me 1 second, guys. I will be right back, and we'll get to this game. Alright, delicious water. That's what I got. Delicious water. Probably should turn this up just a little bit here. This monitor situation. So right now they're doing vetoes. It looks like Moonlight Madness is out of it.
For the moments that take our breath away, we're chasing life and it's been here to stay. Out of the ashes and out from the dark.
Yeah, I do not have a casting partner today, so things are a little. I'm being less vocal up until I get the until I actually get the stream going, just because I've got like conversations that I'm having with the admins and the caster and the players. So what we are looking at is we're gonna have, let's see, who are these guys? Let's see, let's view their profile here. Looks like Yoshi is a platinum level Zerk player, and Catalyst here is a diamond level Terran player, I'm guessing by the fact that yeah, most of his wins are as a Terran. So I'm gonna assume that he is a Terran player, because he also has a max swarm level of Terran as well. So we will see here. What's this? Looks like Moonlight Madness is definitely out. Catalyst has said it twice because he wants to make sure that we're not on Moonlight Madness. Code is out. Dash and Terminal is out. Dash and Terminal actually isn't a bad map for Air Zerg, though. But you really gotta get to that point first. Mac Terran can really destroy Dash and Terminal. It's such a Terran favorite map. Cactus is out. That's the one I would have thought would have been kept in. By the way, if you guys are watching the stream or new, I'm DJ Spectre. That's not what I wanted. What is that? I don't know what that is. We'll close that window. I don't need that window open. Where is my little... Where's my overlay? Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry, I was looking for something for my overlay and wasn't seeing it. There's a transition that's not working really well here, but whatever. Looks like the game is going to be on Iron Fortress, which is a match you don't see too often. But that's what we're going to see here today. Alright, so we're going to put this works. Alright, and now... Wow, there's my face. What? Just for the time being, we'll have a little narcissism in this here chat. Damn, he got purple. Ha! Alright, here we go. Time to turn off Monster Cat. We'll just simply pause it. Go here. And looks like this is going to be a TVZ on Iron Fortress between Yoshi and Catalyst. I believe that's Infinity Gaming. So we will get into this match here momentarily. PVZ is probably one of my worst matchups, one of my most difficult, partly because you always have timing issues trying to stop the Ling Bling Muta composition. Roach Hydra I do better with, but still, things happen, bad things happen, and when bad things happen, usually I lose. I do need to turn the in-game music back on, though. I believe it's Control M. I can't remember. Let's see here, Control M. Yeah, okay. So, starting in the upper left-hand corner, it's our Zerg player. It's Yoshi. Dragging ourselves all the way down here. It's our Terran hero. You know him as the Yellow Terran. It's Catalyst. Alright, so one of the things that, let's see, do we get super high? We'll just get regular high. There we go, regular high. Anyway, so one of the things that Terran can do here as an opening, and we haven't, I've casted, I believe, Yoshi before, but it's been too many games ago, so I'm not really remembering his style. But usually Terran can go ahead and you got two openings. You can get early gas, and that gives you the most options, but it usually doesn't give you the fast Reaper. Or you can open Barracks first, which usually is favored, at least in the metagame recently. You know, you put your Barracks here, you'll sacrifice a worker, and you'll go ahead and put your gas down, and then you'll have nice, a nice Reaper timing. The options for Zerg are a bit more limited. Basically, you either go hatch first or pool first. It doesn't really matter. Well, I guess I take that back. It does, because if you go pool first, you leave yourself open to some really early harassment. You can actually get Zerglings down here to this base and really stop this worker from finishing, and so there'll be no combat units, and then all you have to do is slowly pick off you know, workers down here. So it's not, a lot of players don't do that because it's a real big gamble, but you can go ahead and do things like, you know, a fast pool, etc. We're not going to see that out of Yoshi, unfortunately, so we're not going to see any super early aggression. He's going to go hatch first. His pool should drop here not too long after this. And as I said, as you can tell, there is a, you know, a small... let's see here. A small... well, I'm sorry, not a small. You do see that there will be... the Reaper coming out here first, as per usual for this. And the viewers getting cheeky, I'm sorry, the players getting cheeky with the viewers. By the way, like I said, if you haven't tuned in, my name is DJ Spectre, and this is my channel. So go ahead and click follow button if you like it. If you don't, just click it anyway, because you might like the ESL and the free tournaments they have. So anyway, here comes this this Reaper here. He's going to go ahead and scurry across the map. He is going to go ahead and avoid the Overlord, so it's not going to get spotted, which really will happen. And since, you know, he's already sent a worker to the other locations, he knows exactly where, you know, our Zerg player here is. And he's going to hop up into the main. He's going to see that there is no queen yet. I mean, there is a queen being produced, but the queen is not out yet. So this Reaper is just going to have a little bit of fun time. He's chipping away at these gas-based workers, which isn't really something you want to do. Oh, he doesn't make the spine crawler in time, actually. So he is going to lose a couple of workers. There, the spine goes down. Overlord gets a good scout down here. In the meantime, this Reaper is just chucking up some wins here. He's got... one kill so far, but the Queen's come out, and Queen versus Reaper is going to be in the Queen's favor every time. There's just far too many hit points, and the armor for the Queen is just going to be way too much for the Reaper. You really need 3 Reapers to really take down a Queen by itself. And so we are going to see 3 Reapers here, which is kind of unusual. Like, usually you'll see a factory go down a lot sooner than this, but apparently he's opted for the slightly delayed factory with the reactor, which gets spotted by Yoshi here. So the surprise attacker is going to be here. He's sending in 2 Reapers to deal with this Queen, and so he is microing the Reapers really, really well here. Catalyst is going to go ahead and try to pick this Queen up. I mean, he's going to get a couple of drones. He really should just focus down that Queen because losing the Queen is a bigger deal. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that, and the second Queen pops out, and he's forced to retreat, so really not a very effective attack on the part of Catalyst. Catalyst does he does have his expansion, and he does drop a 3rd command center. What he's trying to do is he's basically trying to out-econ the Zerg player, which right now he's kind of doing, but with this Roach Warren coming out, I mean, Roaches are going to pop, and they're going to pretty much be able to stop these Reapers, because Reapers do next to nothing versus Roaches. I mean, the one Queen is down close in health, but effectively these Reapers, despite scouting the Roach Warren going down, didn't really do anything really effectively. But Catalyst, since he doesn't have a whole lot of units right now, other than these 3 Reapers on the field, he builds 2 bunkers. You know, he's producing a tech lab to go ahead and make Marauders, more than likely, and he's producing double Widow Mines. So any Roach force that comes up here will have to take the brunt of these Widow Mines and contend with any units in the inside the bunkers. Again, you know, the Reapers are poking up here. I don't know who they're target firing, because one Reaper got pretty low on health. He needs to really back out of that. I mean, they're going to go and try to target fire this, but there are a lot of Queens there. I mean, he could poke back in maybe with one more volley, get that Queen. Oh, no, the Transfuse negates that entire plan altogether, and the Reapers are going to have to scurry back out of the way. 2 more barracks going down, a second one completing, and the 3rd command center also complete. Still only working off of 1 gas here, so he really, so Catalyst isn't really going for anything heavy. No tanks, no Thors, no upgrades yet, really. If you look in the upgrade in the production tab, there are really no upgrades for either player going. The Zerg tends to take theirs a little bit later. Terran has the option of taking theirs sooner, mainly because a lot of times we'll get a tech lab and then do something like Stim, but there is no, none of that is occurring, so it's kind of unusual out of this. It looks like he opted for, you know, less upgrades and more buildings in this particular thing. And here's that Roach force now moving out. Now, I don't think Catalyst actually spotted those Roaches moving out, so he does not know. Oh, now he might have seen that one Roach move up there, but now, you know, this is quite a bit of Roaches. I mean, you're looking at, let's see here, this is 8, 16, 17 Roaches versus, how many Widow Mines is this? This is 6 Widow Mines, which is nothing to really shirk at, but also 2 Marauders and the ability to repair those bunkers. So, really, it's going to be kind of telltale to see if he can get these Roaches to do anything. I mean, these mines are going to do a lot of damage versus these Roaches, and he doesn't see all of them. You know, they're going to go in and, oh my god, the mines are just going to target everything. Oh, wow, half the Roaches go down in a single volley. The rest of the mines go ahead and burrow right away. He pulls the command center over there to prevent them from being spotted, and just like that, the entire Roach force of Yoshi just gets evaporated. Very well done on the part of Catalyst. I mean, he loses both bunkers, but I mean, Yoshi doesn't have the reinforcements really here to poke in to really capitalize on the fact that Yoshi's mines, all 8 of them, are still recharging. But now, at least 5 of them now have got the ability to fire again. So actually, I kind of feel that Yoshi's in a really bad position. He doesn't have a 3rd. Catalyst does. I mean, even though Catalyst's base doesn't have any workers at it, he can easily, and as I said, he drops 2 mules at it, but he can easily populate this from his other 2 bases. Pardon me while I get some agua. So, and by the way, why is this thing not... Oh, there's something not right here. Why is there no game music? Alright. Oh, it's just very quiet. It's on a quiet music. Anyway, so he still has these Reapers sitting out here, and this is actually not a bad thing. I mean, he's got these Reapers out here in case they take the main path. Unfortunately, they don't cover the secondary path, so a bunch of units can come around and flank real easily. The Reapers, you know, or Mutas can come down. The 3rd finally starts to Yoshi, but this is really, really delayed. I mean, he's not really in a good position. He lost his entire army to effectively a bunch of mines, and now it's just Marine Marauder. You know, there's a reactor now going down on a newly formed starport. You know, where's the scan at? The scan goes down here, and, you know, let's see, does it show? No, it doesn't. You know, there really isn't a lot that Yoshi's able to push out with. I mean, he's got some Zerglings, and he has Banelings, but, I mean, there's just too many units from Catalyst. I mean, 12 minutes in, the 3rd base of Yoshi still hasn't finished. My apologies. You know, and what does he have in army supply? I mean, he's got Zerglings, 37 units, some Roaches, I mean, if he's gonna push, I mean, he doesn't have detection. He throws down a fourth. I don't like the position Yoshi's in. I mean, I really feel Catalyst is in a much stronger position with the mines, the Reapers being able to hop up on harass, and honestly, there just not being really that many Banelings. I mean, there's less than 24 Banelings, or less than actually, there's exactly a dozen Banelings. So, I mean, those can be easily microed around because they don't have speed. I mean, he does have one Overseer now, but I mean, here it comes. Here comes the massive amount of mines. I mean, there's 10 mines up here moving around, a couple Reapers. I mean, he's not getting the choke point. He brings the Reapers up. The Zerglings are just going to go ahead and vanish. The mines go away, and all of a sudden now, look. Oh, all the Banelings get taken out, along with the Zerglings with the mines. There just isn't enough Zerg units here to deal with this mine harass. I mean, Yoshi is not going to be able to go ahead and hold this fourth at all. He's going to drop him instantly. He's got the mines in the defensive position. He only has one Overseer, but he's pulled it back. The third really isn't producing any larva. I mean, it doesn't... How many larvae does this thing have? Not very many, and he's just pumping out Zerglings. And here it goes. You know, the scan goes down, and all the roaches take out the Overseer, so now he's blind unless he makes another Overseer. He really can't handle this force right now. It's just simply too much bio, too much offense. And now, you know, it's at +1, which, you know, unfortunately Yoshi has oh, the Banelings do get some good connections, though. But unfortunately, 3 Queens is not going to be able to hold off a half dozen Marauders and a bunch of Queens. And it's 1 Spine Crawler, 2 Zerglings that die almost quickly, and a few Roaches here. Unfortunately, I don't believe Yoshi can hold this. He hasn't given up yet, but there's a whole mess of other units streaming across the map here for Catalyst, and this is going to be eventually GG as the Roach Horn goes down. There isn't a lot that Yoshi can respond with here. And GG is called, and it looks like Catalyst has taken the game. So yeah, Catalyst takes the game. There is one thing I need to fix in my stream, though. We're going to go ahead and play some Monster Cat here. And I need to change broadcast quality, because I think I can up the ante a little. See if I can't increase the quality here. Turn the music off real quick here once we get back in the game. Alright.
But she said, trust me.
So, just to recap, you know, he wasn't able to go ahead and take that. Yoshi wasn't able to hold it off. I think the biggest thing was that he got hit with those mines with the roaches. He did not take a third quick enough. He just didn't have the larva production. Plus, also, he could have done some harassment with Mutas if he'd gone that route. If he'd gotten Spire, I think he could have helped. He could have forced Catalyst to keep his arm in his base, or at least making, you know, some turrets, which he did not do it. Now I am freakishly thirsty for some reason. Wow. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the party, and I'm gonna see who else is out here in the world of this tournament. Catalyst obviously takes his round of 32, moving on to the quarterfinals. Sorry, to the round of 16, not to the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals is round of 8. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Let me see who's in the party. Party. Alright, let's go back here. See who wants to. Alright. So right now, we're listening to Monster Cat in the background, which is the DRM free music that Twitch allows for. I'm DJ Spectre. You can follow me. Obviously, if you're watching this, you can see me here. Otherwise, you can also follow me at DJ Spectre TV on Twitter. I don't have a Facebook account set up here, but anyway, we'll see. Let me see who else is available. Maybe I'll see if Bly is available. He's always a fun one to cast. Is Blue still in the tournament? Let's see here. Blue is in the tournament against Believe. Let's see, maybe do Blue. Blue is a Zerg player, and I don't think I've casted Believe before, but we'll see. Alright, this will be a best of 3 though for this series if I get Blue and Believe. Alright. Looks like we're gonna do Blue versus Believe. Blue is a very competent Zerg player, and I think Believe is a Protoss player. He's also a Grandmaster. Yes, I believe he's a Protoss player. I mean, he's actually fairly successful with both Terran and Protoss. It looks like he's pretty terrible at Zerg. But when you're a Grandmaster, does that really even matter? Like, let's be real, bros. And he's a 4-time Grandmaster, no less. Meanwhile, Blue is, I believe Blue's a Master level Zerg. Yes, he is. But he has been Grandmaster, and he has actually achieved it once. So he's actually a former Grandmaster Zerg player. So it's going to be a Grandmaster Zerg versus a Grandmaster Protoss. Although currently, like I said, it's going to be a currently ranked Grandmaster versus a previously ranked Grandmaster. But as you guys know, Grandmaster only has 200 spots, so so it takes someone to basically foobar their placement or not play matches in order to get Grandmaster. It's basically a race for Grandmaster, so you can get first right in the beginning of the season, and then you just sort of wait and chill out in Masters League until the next season, or until someone has to go on a 2-week vacation. So, in that meantime, I'm gonna check out my chat. Sorry about the delay in the chat. I don't have my chat popped open, which I'm thinking I should. That would let me see what's going on in my Chizat when I'm not actually looking at my Chizat. Because the chat is cool, dog. Alright. For those of you guys who are lurking in the background, just poking your head around this thing called Twitch around my stream, go ahead and create a Twitch account. It lets us casters be able to see when you're viewing the thing, viewing our streams, and we can go ahead and interact with you in chat. It also allows you to actually type in chat. Can't do it without a Twitch account, though, leaves. So I'm just waiting on an invite for Blue and Believe. Is what I'm waiting on. But I'd like to welcome, you know, Catalyst to the stream. Good to have you. You know, congratulations on your win over Yoshi. I like seeing Terran superiority, being a Terran player myself, because, you know, Terran is the only race you really should play as a StarCraft player. People who play Zerg and Protoss are just terrible humans. Yeah, I said that. And Terran's not OP, everyone else just sucks at defending against it. Oh! Shots fired! No, I'm kidding. I actually enjoy watching Protoss players. It's my off race. Zerg I'm actually terrible at, and I feel that Zerg kind of got the short end of the stick. They have the fewest number of openings of any races. Your opening is you can make Zerglings, or you can make Zerglings. And the only... and when people are like, you have multiple openings with Zerg, I'm like, no. You have a 6 pool, a 7 pool, an 8 pool, a 10 pool, or a 12 pool. Those are your openings. And that's it. Or you can go hatch first and then make a pool. Or you can make a pool and then hatch first. Either way, you're only making Zerglings. So I do feel that Zerg kind of got the shaft on that regard. And not the good shaft like the Black Cop shaft from the 70s. That would be the good shaft. You know, you even got a nice Samuel L. Jackson movie out of it in the late 90s or early 2000s. But no, they just got screwed. So anyway, let's see here. I do have one of the players asking to make sure I have a delay. I'm 99% certain, I believe, I did set my delay. Yes, I did, in fact. I remember I saw it in the settings beforehand. And when I started my stream, it does say that there is a delay. I like how the admins are giving crap in my own chat. We'll flip over here to the game, and we'll get started with this this PVZ. Although, however, we don't want to necessarily hear the Monster Cat stuff. Monster Cat, you do have an awesome soundtrack, but we're gonna have to pause you. We're gonna have to go ahead and enable the music. By the way, so starting down here in the 5 o'clock position, it's a Zerg player. We've seen him before on various ESL tournaments. It's the pink Zerg, blue. His opponent, the Grandmaster, the 4-time and currently ranked Grandmaster. It's our red Protoss. It's Believe. So anyway, a little bit about these players. One's Protoss and one's Zerg. There, I did say a little bit. But rim shot. So Protoss. So Protoss is one of the two races that I like the most. For one reason is that you can build buildings without sacking your econ. So you build a building and then you send your worker back here. You know, and in this case you saw the pylon complete, which is for standard because you know you have to have a pylon first. It looks like he's probably going to go for a fast expand. Usually by putting the pylon here, you're going to go ahead and throw a gateway down. And then go ahead and build your nexus behind it so that you have a nice wall right here to defend against early Zerg aggression. In fact, let's see here. Do we? Oh, you know what? I didn't do that, and you need a production tab up. Holy derp! I got it all right this time. Took a while. And there's the gateway and the scout SCV. Looks like here we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have a hatch go down first instead of pool. This will actually go very well with the fact that Believe is not doing for any extra pressure. He's gonna go ahead and expand against Zerg to start with. He said, lol, yes you do. I could see the tail end of my game when I... Oh, thank you, Catalyst. Yes, thank you. By the way, glad that the delay is confirmed. I don't want players to feel as if they're getting shafted if there's either too short of a delay, because something even as short as like 1 minute actually is too short. And oh, look, the proxy pylon to watch this come up. Unfortunately, this is going to probably finish before Blue is able to react to it. He does have 3 drones being produced, so he does not have any way to really stop this outside of that. And he drops a cannon here. Look at that. I thought that was a gateway. I did not realize it was a forge. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. And cannon rush for game 1. How you like me now? Let's zoom in on that, will ya? Look at that. That is some drone cannon excellence. There's 4, what is that? Is that another pylon? No! There are just cannons aplenty going down. Look at this. He's got a good placement on the pylon, so unless he attacks the pylon, he's going to be in trouble because 2 of these cannons are going to finish. This one's going to die before it really gets anything off. It gets 1 shot off. This one will die. But still, look at this. He's still planting more cannons down like crazy. This one might finish. No, that one dies too. Wow, excellent defense actually on the part of Blue against this cannon rush. I mean, this is kind of awesome. Usually cannon rush, although it was spotted by the hatchery here, is really tough. But this is a lot of financial commitment. I mean, he's canceling out of it. He's losing out about 40 minerals. And now you see Blue sending his reinforcements across the map. There are no units over here to defend this because he doesn't have a gateway. Need I repeat that? Now he has a gateway. But this thing takes literally a minute to finish. So, meanwhile, the pylon is just hanging out here being like, yo, dude, what do I do? Like, I'm on, like, vacay here. And he has no way to defend against this. The Zerglings don't have a way into the base yet, though, thankfully. But they're trying to turn on the 1 pylon, the Artosis pylon here. But it's gonna... Oh, it's gonna be close, so he gets it. But then the cannon finishes and there's nothing there. He's going to go ahead and try to chip down the pylon. The other probe is stuck on the outside doing what it can. This hero probe actually gets a kill. Amazing. So amazing. I had to drink water in the middle of that. And Believe, who had this cheeky little start, now has got to go ahead and defend. He has no money really to deal with this. I mean, he's got a full base of 18 workers basically chipping away, but these cannons are just not finishing. Thankfully, there's only 3 Zerglings, and this one cannon will finally finish. But the other one, oh, I don't even know if it will. He does throw down another cannon, but the one that's here is not going to finish time. He really needs to pull some probes over here to deal with this. The one cannon finishes, and it's going to get maybe a kill. It gets 2 kills. It doesn't quite get the third one, but it looks like Believe is going to, through some miracle of miracles, stabilize. He doesn't actually have anything powering this gateway, so he can't make any other units. He throws down a cybernetics core, and it looks like through some miracle, Believe has stabilized and expanded. Holy crazy. So we go from 1 cheese to like a counter cheese to everyone just saying, yo, expand, macro, let's stop making combat units. And actually, if you look at this right now, there is exactly 1 combat unit between both players, and it's the Queen at the main. And I don't even know if that counts as a combat unit, because usually it just kind of chills out by a hatchery and does larva injects. So between the 2 players, they have all of 2 combat units. Their active forces are entirely comprised of the Zerg Queen. Welcome to StarCraft 2, everyone. Welcome to the modern meta of PvZ. Pause for dramatic effect. Anyway, so Believe actually stabilizes the epic long range of the cannon, which is range 7, which I did not realize I actually could go that far to kill that, to attack that Overlord. Everything seems to be well in hand now. We see 2 more gateways going down, and Warp Gate being researched. So basically, now that we're at the 8.5 minute mark, almost 9 minute mark, the game is basically where it should have been, somewhere around the 5 or 6 minute mark. So basically, we've had 8 minutes of just nothing. So anyway, I decided to go ahead and type in the chat. Thank you guys all for joining and hanging out and being bros among bros. Looks like we do see a Hydralisk Den coming down now for Blue. Does he have a Roachhorn to complement it? No, I do not see any. Where's the, was it T, I think? Yeah, there we go. T for structures. I do not see, yeah, I do not see a Roachhorn. So it looks like you're just going to go Mass Hydra. I mean, not necessarily a terrible thing. I mean, mostly right now what we see is we see sentries. We don't see a Warp Gate, which will be finishing here. These 2 should be turning into Warp Gates immediately. There we go. You know, and now the game is sort of normalized at this point. It's 2 Protoss bases to 3 Zerg bases. Blue kind of put a lot of pressure on, but didn't overcommit. I mean, he really could have. To be honest, he could have actually killed Believe outright. There was so much committed, so many resources, so many. I mean, there was at least a dozen cannons that were built and then canceled. That was over 1,000 resources and lost minerals, not counting the fact that he had, you know, the cannons not doing anything economic-wise to Blue, you know, and then Blue pushed him with Zerglings. So there are Zerglings coming over here. They do scout the 3rd. There are lots and lots of sentries, but they're not really gonna do. I mean, they will. In these numbers, sentries can one-shot Zerglings, but you know, now you know, Blue knows what's up. He doesn't have. Oh, he's got the Hydras moving across. Does he have the Hydralisk speed? No, he does not yet. Hydralisk speed. No, he's only got the range upgrade for it. So these Hydralisks are like Slowdralisks. A 4th does go down, so you know, at least Blue is sort of trying to accelerate and pressure things. But this Roach Hydra, I'm sorry, not Roach Hydra. This is Ling Hydra mix. Wow, I cannot speak words today. He's actually going to come in a little bit of surprise. I mean, there's a good position here with the Stalkers and the Sentries, but he's going to need massive force fields. And here comes the Zerglings and the Hydralisk. He sees it coming. He's going to try to back up. Oh, but the Zerglings get a surround on the Sentries. The Hydras are coming to try to pick it off, but force fields are plenty. There are 8 force fields that suddenly go down. you can sort of bypass this, but the Hydras have to go single file through this. The Stalk, all the sentries actually go down. He loses the Stalker, the Zealot goes down. The only thing left is a Cannon of Photon Overcharge, one Zealot that can't do anything, and a Stalker. There are several more Stalkers being warped in, but the Hydralisks just have too much DPS here, and they pick off the Forge, which he loses the upgrade. He does throw down 2 more cannons, sorry, 3 more Stalkers, but anyway, it's like, why did I cannon a Mid-Masters rip? And that is that. So, wow, unbelievable. Believe actually loses game 1. Wow. Unbelievable. I mean, if you look at this, like the army drafts for neither one of these players actually ever started until here. Like, half the game was just here. This was the Queen army right here, right? Sorry. These were the Queens. Like, nothing ever got done. So that was very, very interesting. You know, we're going to hop into game number 2. It's going to be on Cactus Valley. And wow, and Believe is like, why did I cannon rush a Mid-Masters? Like, you know, Mid-Masters is not necessarily a terrible thing. It's like you can do that against other players and they don't necessarily hand it right. But, here we go. And we're going into game number 2 of this best of 3. You know, we've got basically 2 Grandmaster level players. I mean, even though Blue is currently a Master level player, he has been Grandmaster in the past. So this is not as lopsided a match as you would think. Am I setting correct? Yes, okay, so I still have... Oh, no! Oh, no, the game crashed. Oh, terrible. Oh, no. I believe my game just locked up and crashed. I think it's dead. I think it's toast. Fuck. So we're not going to see this game. What you guys can't see is that I just got a Windows alert saying that it died. Frack. I will ask if they'll be willing to remake. I will send them a quick tell. I will ask them. But the game just died. So I will quickly message them and get back in the game here. Wow. I don't know, ever since the Legacy of the Void patch, my thing's been flaky. Let's see here. Anyway, so thank you guys. I appreciate it. Believe in Blue. Yeah, the whole thing went belly up. Like literally, the match is starting, and it's kind of like, let's go. So anyway, redo the second attempt at Cactus Valley, game number 2 between our 2 awesome, dawsome, squeaky clean players. Let's see here. All right, we're in game. I will get to all this other jazz here in a hot moment. But right now, taking it. Pushing back from an early cannon rush, it's our pink Zerg. It's Blue. And the guy who was very frustrated with himself at the end of that last match for basically attempting a cannon rush. I gotta say, it was probably the most aggressive cannon rush I've ever seen, and it probably would have killed me had I met him. It's our Red Terran. It's Believe. So, you know, I did like his idea of putting a pylon at the front, and it looks like he's going to probably do the same thing here. There it is. So he's going to probably try to early expand again as opposed to the cannon rush. I mean, maybe we will see a forge here. I highly doubt that, though, because I believe he thinks it was unwise the last time, and I doubt he will attempt it a second time. What is going on here? 1 second. I have a series of serious text messages. Where's the word? Sorry, 1 second here. I have someone urgently texting me saying I have to respond. I will get right back in a second. All right. So anyway, you know what we saw was a very interesting, not a very interesting, a Ling Hydra play. Now normally you see Roach Hydra, but it wasn't really necessary to spend all that extra gas. I mean, you know, in the last game, and Blue did have a significant base lead. He did fix his economy. You know, he didn't really lose a lot in the last one. You know, so we do see a spawning pool first here. I mean, he might try some early aggression here. I mean, he's only got, what, 12? So I think it looks like he went 12 pool. Really, because he's got 14 drones. Yeah, I think he went 12 pool on that. This is a kind of aggressive build. You can attack with a lot of Lings out of this if you time it just right. You know, there aren't any combat units here. We still don't see a gateway because he literally went Nexus first. The gateway should be coming down here soon, and there's the gateway. This does leave a window open for some Zerg damage to be done. It could attack the pylon. There's not a lot Believe could do, which would cripple his gateway capability here. The probe does come in here, and it did scout the fact that there was no natural. I'm pretty certain. Did it scout? Yes, it did scout that there was no natural, so he knows there's no natural. He sees the pool. Speed is coming down. Oh, sorry, did not do that, guys. Sorry. There are 8 Zerglings popping, so, I mean, this is going to be quite a bit of aggression. You know, immediately Believe throws down a second pylon. He throws down a forge. He does wall off after scouting that, so a very, very standard reaction from Believe. You know, he knows what he needs to do to hold this off. The Nexus is coming. He's obviously hoping to get something. He immediately throws guys in gas. But his defense right now is cannons, and he should be able to hold this off. He's got 2 pretty sturdy buildings here. These Zerglings are going to hit before the cannon finishes, but there is enough heft back here that it should be able to hold this off. He throws 2 cannons down, and the probe is going to come in and try to do what little it can to try to help out. The forge will die, and if he doesn't throw another, he does wall off with the cyber core. So he is going to be able to. I think he's going to be able to hold this off. Again, he should be able to throw another. I think he's waiting to throw down another. There is 1 cannon. There is another forge. He puts that down. He doesn't have the ability to make more cannons, but he can continually wall off. So the cannon here actually so far does have 4 kills. This is going actually really well. With 2 cannons going, he gets quite a few kills. Now, he does have 1 pylon left. He really needs to keep this pylon alive or pull some workers here to deal with this. He's going to lose his pylon, and there is a gap here. If he doesn't fill this gap, he's going to be in trouble when this thing finally dies. He's chrono boosting out a Zealot. The Zealot will help quite a bit, but the Zealot's going to die very quickly. Oh, no, he does position it excellently done. So only really 2 or 3 Zerglings can attack it at once. He is doing everything he can here. He does have the ability to make more cannons, and he throws another one down. The weak spot really in this wall being these... what is that, what you call it? He really needs to bring his Militia Core over actually to help. There, he does that. He doesn't have enough for Photon Overcharge, but he is doing all he can to try to keep this wall alive. The Cybernetics Core goes down. Oh, and he does manage to get the extra wall up. He, Believe is actually holding this off very well. He does have another gateway. He's not actually, does not have the income to actually make any additional units. He can't chrono boost out anything. And there are just Zerglings constantly floating across the map here. I mean, not very many at a time, but enough that he really can't fight this. There is now actually a critical mass of Zerglings, and he doesn't drop the thing in time. The probe actually dies. The Mothership Core is out of position. And now this is a terrible location. Now, the good news is, though, is that all the Zerglings are now trapped in the base. He can defend with the probes and the Mothership Core, and he can stabilize from this with his cannon that he's built here. So as long as he can keep these probes alive, he can get a little bit of economy behind this and use the Mothership Core to really stop this. The Mothership Core doesn't do a whole lot of damage. It only does 8, whereas the cannon actually does, well, it does 8 also, but just a lot less. So there are still more Zerglings floating in, and there is a whole... Finally, Photon Overcharge goes down. The Zealot goes down too, but the Photon Overcharge and Mothership Core should actually be able to hold this off. There are more Zerglings coming in, but the economy, I believe, is in shambles. I mean, the Mothership... the Photon Overcharge is doing here, but he's got all these pylons, and there's this little tiny gap here. And the 1 gateway now... Oh, just in range, actually, of Photon Overcharge, which seems like the saving grace here. And somehow Believe is still holding on. There are just too many Zerglings, though, to deal with Photon Overcharge. She has no way to make any units. He's got 8 cannons finally going down, but the Forge once again is under siege. This is absolutely insane. Somehow through this super mega aggression of Blues, he is just taking out this Protoss player who just put everything he had into it. I mean, he's not giving up. I mean, he definitely is putting his all in. You know, everything in here, every ounce of resources he has. And we believe now actually has more money than this. But you know what? that was the end of that, and there was a little bit of difficulty in that match, but I can't believe almost had that held defeated. Just been able to get up maybe one more cannon. I think he'd be able to hold that. You know, the mothership core popped just about as soon as well, I should say he started, just about as soon as he got the cybernetics core up. So I mean, he had the what he needed in place. He had, you know, he did everything he could. He reacted properly. I think what he could have done though in that case is once he'd scouted that, he probably should have canceled the Nexus and warped in another gateway because he let that Nexus finish, and I don't think that was necessarily the right way to go. But you know, it's not here nor there. It's all water under the bridge. But yeah, a 12 pool is what eventually did him in. And so it looks like Blue will move on to the quarterfinals. So what we're going to do here is we're going to fire up the Monster Cat. The Monster Cat! And we will go back to this. So, back into the NASL chat. Let's see who else. Let's see how the rest of the tournament's going here. It looks like Bly and Slater's Author are squaring off in the quarterfinal. Pili Pili has now made his quarterfinal placement. We're still waiting on Black Cat versus Zeno. Wajtas versus NL Ghost. Catalyst is waiting on his opponent actually in the round of 16 still. Looks like he's still waiting for Fright Night and Top to finish. We actually just saw Blue defeat Believe. And then looks like Telvolts versus Cammy Pink is still going on. So let's see if any of these people are here. Has the match with Top actually finished? Where's the one with Top? Where's the one that has Top? I think, did he already finish? I'm not seeing... Am I mentally short busting this? No, Top might...
Tuning out of starlight, the innocent lifetime flickers and flashes under a canvas. No, nobody seems worth it.
Alright. Let's see who's still in this. We might do... Is Black Cat still playing? Let's update this and see if the bracket has updated with Believe and Blue. Blue will be facing the winner of Bolts and Cammy Pink, actually. So we try to do maybe... I don't think Ghost is in the chat. Let's see here. Zeno is Zeno finished? Zeno... We could do Pili Pili. Let's see here. We'll do Pili Pili. We're verging on the side of the road that'll take us home. The edge of us getting weighed. Read about your life in your local paper. Realize actually, I'm not.
You're just a droplet of paint trickled off your canvas. Delirious illusion flowing backwards through the river of color while we analyze to try to see it clearer. Secretly appealing to a lonely prisoner. Now what's your vision? Initiate shading, blend the universe together in time. It only gets a little easier.
I'm trying to get hold of Pili Pili, but I don't know if he may be AFK.
What's your vision? have to give a damn about you or your inhibitions. And after all, you're the one who taught me love was not for everybody. However, I'm starting to see this world in the right light, yet it still gets darker.
Alright, let's see here.
You see, it's just a simple symphony or a painting, whatever. It's a natural path, it spans infinitely, but my world is crumbling. Let it collapse into the abyss.
So Pili Pili is an American player.
Summer it won't exist. This emptiness, it's just a blank slate, waiting for a painter to interfere. It's quite complex.
Alright, so that looks like that's what we're going to see, guys. Sorry, I was typing in chat. What it is, I was trying to determine who our next match was. It looks like it's actually going to be Zeno versus Pili Pili, which is going to be kind of funny because this match is going to actually get duo casted. The Portuguese stream known as Rocklets, and that is ROCKLETZ as in zebra, is actually going to do Zeno because Zeno's a Brazilian player. So the Portuguese stream, so if you speak Portuguese, you can go ahead and head over to Rocklet's stream and hear it in Portuguese, or you can listen to my ridiculous commentary in boring old English. So, okay. I can't even type. I'm like, caster hip instead of hype. Forgot the E, because I'm a derp. Well, anyway, but that's how things are shaping up so far. Elsewhere in the bracket, let me go ahead and update this shizzy nizzy with about as redneck as I can get. Looks like the bracket hasn't quite updated yet. Let me message the message future medic. Alright, so I'll go back to this. So it looks like elsewhere in the bracket, we'll just go to this. Like I said, Slayer's Arthur is facing off against Bly, which actually be a very good match, but they're currently in it, so I can't cast it. Pili Pili looks like it's going to face off against the Brazilian Zeno. And elsewhere we have, like I said, in the round of 16, which hasn't quite finished out yet, we've got Catalyst that's going to be fighting Fright Night FN, which is actually a American versus a Mexican, which would be fun. Then we have, well, we already saw Blue versus Blue, so Blue is actually waiting. Blue's in the quarterfinals, and we're waiting on actually Televolts. Oh yeah, I mispronounced his name. It's Televolts versus Cami Pink. I just love that name. So that's another Brazilian versus American. So that's going to be an interesting match, and we're actually going to be casting Pili Pili versus Zeno once that gets all set up. Probably turned off the music. You guys have been listening to soundtracks, so alright, well, we got that. So it looks like the bracket's gonna hopefully be updated so that Pili Pili can actually see his bracket because he doesn't want to jump into the match. The bracket's official. That'd be weird if you played against a match against someone that you're not supposed to. Even that would be kind of funny. What I'm gonna do is actually I'm gonna go ahead and just grab some water here real quick. Hopefully they will not start the match before that. So give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Waiting for the bracket to be updated. Futurematic said that she updated the bracket, but I don't know if that is the case. By the way, if you like what you're seeing here, go ahead and give me a follow on Twitch. It lets me know that you guys appreciate things that I might want to do. And, you know, just lets me know that you guys enjoy it. For better or worse, hell, go ahead and click follow just to know when I'm online so you can come heckle me. That's fine, too. What the hell? How is he in the game? Is he in a match with Philly already? No, he can't be. Black Cat's not in here either. What's going on here? Okay, so maybe we won't be doing that match. It looks like, did Zeno go into a match and just, maybe only beat him once, but I don't see. I don't know. And Catalyst is still waiting on. I don't see Black Cats online. I don't know. Catalyst is supposed to be playing. Catalyst again. Catalyst should be against Fright Night. I don't see Fright Night. What is Fright? Let's see what Fright Night's tag as. He goes as, well, Fright Night. That's not really hard. Fright Night is not in here. I don't know what's going on. We currently are actually waiting for a match to finish, it looks like. So, move this down so I can see when my thing updates. Ah, damn it! I guess that's what it is. It's 1-0 Zeno. So Black Cat is still in the match. I need to do, where's it at? I need to go back to... No, not what I wanted. I want to go, damn it. I want to go back to this one. That's what I want to do. So I don't want to watch my own self. That's just weird. Da 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 da. Okay. Hide the video preview. Hide the video preview. Because I don't want to see myself. That's just weird. Yeah, we're currently waiting actually for the match because there was some goof up with apparently with the match we were supposed to do. I guess Zeno gave us the impression that he had beaten his opponent and had eliminated him, but it does not look like that is the case. And it looks like Bly has gone back into his match against Slayer's Arthur. This thing has not updated for me. Sorry, we're just waiting. I don't have much to... Oh, what is this? Battle.net, what is this? That's Fright Night. Wow. Zerg player across the board. Nice. Is he not online? That was very strange. I don't see him in the North American chat. Damn it! Looks like I missed out on a match because I didn't know Frightnet was even in there. Catalyst and him looks like he just started, so we're gonna have to wait a little bit here actually for this to happen. This is kind of how it goes in tournaments when you're by yourself. I mean, we'll wait. We're like Blue is still also. Yeah, because it looks like Blue is gonna have a while to wait. I mean, we're still waiting on Televolts versus Cammy Pink. And it looks like this Bly versus Slayer's Arthur match is just going on forever. So we're gonna actually hop over and we're gonna cast. Give me 1 second. Let's see here. All right, so we're ready to go. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to actually see another Terran versus Terran here. I actually thought Friday was a Zerg player. How wrong was I about that, right? Yeah, list him as a Zerg, but I don't think he wants to be... waiting on this. Right now, actually, there's a goofy thing where Fright Night is showing up as a Terran player, but I don't think he meant to have his race do that. Alright, I just gotta take a quick pee and I'll be right back. Welcome, Fright Night and Dark Death DDDDDD. Alright, so now we're going to turn the music back on here. We're going to turn Monster Cat off. We're going to go all full screen on this busy. Let's do this. Hey, and I didn't screw anything up yet. I still have a few minutes to botch something here. And looks like it's gonna be another TVZ. Let's make sure the music is on. Music enabled. There we go. All right. So, starting in the bottom right-hand corner, it's our Mexican player. It's Fright Night. And chilling up here at the 11 o'clock position, or maybe this is 10. I don't know. Whatever. He's on the clock somewhere. It's Infinity Gaming's Catalyst. All right. So. I always like to joke around and see stuff. I don't know. I'd love to see like a Nidus Worm out of Fright Night just for the hell of it. And if Catalyst somehow magically made ghosts and nuked something, I think I would giggle like a little schoolgirl if he did that. However, what we're gonna see right now is actually just what's known as the standard. Oh, that's units lost. Sorry, wrong button. Standard opening. We see the extractor trick down here to get an extra drone out. We then see a standard depot, because you can't really do anything on Terran without a depot. So that's what we see. What do we want to see out of the Zerg player? I mean, we saw in the last game I casted, we saw, a 12 pool that wrecked a really high-level Protoss, just through sheer persistence and brutality and Zergling flooding and not enough money for cannons and just all kinds of painful stuff to watch. However, in this, we do see, this looks like it's going to be a Reaper opening. A lot of Terrans like to do this. I don't always do Reaper, simply because it's not necessary, but it's a good scout. It keeps your worker in your base. It doesn't get chased down by Zerglings and die when you scout with your worker. Sorry, I have like a weird hangnail there. So that's what we're probably going to see it pop out of this, because you'll see the timing will line up to where he'll get 50 gas pretty close when this finishes. Actually, what you can do here is Catalyst probably could have sped this up if he'd sacrificed a worker and gotten the refinery a little bit early. So instead, we do see the Reaper come out a little bit after, just slightly delayed after the barracks finishes, but there is actually a way where you can get it so that right as the barracks finishes, you can go ahead and launch out your first Reaper. It does help, especially if you want to try to beat those first 2 lings that come out, because those lings are in production. Wait a minute, is that that's an Overlord being morphed. But actually, see, the spawning pool isn't quite finished. Well, by the time the Reaper actually pops, that spawning pool will be done. And by the time it gets across map, and that's the advantage of having that. So, anyway, the Reaper is going to go ahead and actually take the long way around. It's scouted by the Overlord, so this is not totally unpredictable. It will be foreseen. There will be Zerglings being made soon here. There's a drone. The pool pops. There's the Zerglings, and by the time the Reaper gets here, the Zerglings are basically going to be done. So, anyhow, there's the expansion. Looks like he's not going to go for the typical factory follow-up with Hellion Reaper. Not necessarily a bad choice. I mean, you have some flexibility as Terran. The Reaper is going to get in here, and it's going to be able to poke and do some stuff. And with careful Mitro, can actually get out of here without dying and probably take out both of these lings. But he's going to hop down the cliff and run away. And then the follow-up Zerglings from the Natural are going to show up and reinforce this ramp. This Reaper's really not going to be able to get in anymore unless he somehow scurries his way along this path here and hops up here, but it gets scouted by the hatchery, so it's not really going to do a lot. This will be Micro pretty heavily. The other Reaper probably can get in, but it's going to die. Yep, sorry. Second Reaper is just there just to go ahead and basically die a horrible, miserable death. No scouting information's gotten out, so really those Reapers did not do a lot. On the Zerg side of things, really not much has changed. I mean, Zerg doesn't really have any creative openings. I hate to say it. I mean, like, you can go for a Roach push somewhere around the 630 mark, but you need 2 gas to pull that off. Speed is started, but it's only about 30% done, and there's a few Zerglings that are going to poke out, but they're not going to be able to do a lot, mainly because everything's walled off here, basically, is what I was trying to say. I'm not sure. I was losing my stuffs, losing my train of thoughts. There are 2 Reapers battling it out with some Zerglings in the middle, and the Zerglings will lose to Reapers, especially when there's more than one of them. Light units are not long for this world when Reapers are around. And there we see the Roach Warren, and this is actually going to be a problem because unless Catalyst goes for Widow Mines, Hellions are not going to do a whole lot against Roaches. And so this is actually kind of a tricky position. If this Roach Warren finishes relatively soon, which it does get scouted by Catalyst here, does he pump out? Oh, he's pumping out Hellions. This is going to be tricky to hold because he doesn't have the Marauders yet. He does have 3 barracks now, and they're all finished. So he will have a good, decent amount of Marines. But if there's the first Marauder. He doesn't have a bunker anywhere. I would probably recommend he get one of those. And as I say that, he at least creates a wall there. So these Zerglings are chasing down this one Reaper. They do get it because speed's done. They catch up. They kill the second Reaper. If you look in the production tab, he's still... he's not making Roaches yet. See, no, it's an Overlord. That is more Zerglings. Yeah, he has not gotten any actual Roaches, which is strange. Why build a Roach one without making Roaches? So, not sure about that one, actually. It's not what I was expecting. But this wall will hold very easily with, again, versus Zerglings, and, you know, and Mass Hellion here. So nothing to worry about on that front, as DJ Spectre yawns his way through this tournament. Although still only 1 gas, I have noticed this has been a more recent trend, is you'll see 1 gas out of a Terran player. It helps because you can get a decent army up against this, and you can still make things like Marauders and Mines off of 1 gas. The layer does finish, so are we going to see a Spire? There it is! Ask and you shall receive. This non-shooting up army of his is going to pretty much be wiped out once that Spire finishes. Oh! As I spill freezing cold water all over me because this glass was too full. Anyway, so, I mean, there's a handful of Marines. I mean, he does have quite a few Marines, and this force might actually hit the base before the Spire finishes. It's a very slow building, it's a very slow building to construct. And these Hellions are pushing across, and there's a lot of them. I mean, there's 8 Hellions. This can wipe out a base. You split those into 4s, and you can wipe out an entire base full of stuff. However, there's a few Roaches here, and they can deal better with the Hellion. So this one Hellion does die, and there is a little bit of counterattack here from the back, which is not bad, but I mean, all these Hellions are going to die. These Roaches are going to come up here, discover that there's Marauders. Oh! He actually A-moves. He doesn't attack move. Wow, that was kind of a little blunder on Fright Knight's part. The Spire is almost finished, and once he does, if he has the larva, he will be able to create Mutalisks. these roaches are coming in. They're not going to be able to deal well with the Marauders, so they're focusing down the Marauders because they're basically immune to the Hellions at this point. But there's not very many of them. I mean, he's reinforcing with Morbid, and the defender's advantage might actually come into play at this point. He's got roaches filtering in from 3 bases, and he actually holds off Catalyst's push with the Hellions. I mean, once that second round of roaches came through, he was kind of in trouble. There is no starport here to really deal with this. He does throw down a bunker, but he really needs to just go ahead and put some mines. And there are the mines. There's the second bunker. The push with roaches is coming across the map. And if you look at this, there are now 4 Mutalisks. And this is going to bode very, very bad because the engineering bay is only half finished here. He is not making any additional workers out of his main, and he's got his natural oversaturated entirely. He really needs to move some workers off of this. I'm sure he has all of his constructing workers rallied. He throws down 2 more barracks, and here is what matters. Both of the mines go off. They get a decent number of roaches there, and they do a little bit of damage, but he should know that basically they're out. The Marauders are not in the bunkers, so those bunkers could be taken out with roaches. And where are the Mutalisks? There's 1, there's 2, there was several. Where are the other 2? He had 4 of them, maybe. There's 2 more. So now these 2 Mutalisks come in here to poke around, and they see that there's 2 more barracks, and they're just going to go to work on those SCVs. The Marines are going to come here. There is stim actually completed, but he doesn't have medevac, so he has no way of healing the damage from that. He is going for 1-1 on the infantry, but it's not really going to matter if he doesn't have a way to stim up to really maximize that 1-1 damage. So, you know, Catalyst does have the ability to stop the Mutalisks, but he only has a handful of Marines. Meanwhile, a Baneling nest is going down, and all kinds of craziness. I mean, finally a starport is being finished up here, but he's got, what is this? This is 8 barracks, 7 barracks, and now the turrets finally start going down to deal with the Mutalist harass. There was a missed opportunity basically by Fright Knight. He could have moved in with the Mutalist in the back. He didn't do that. He could have taken out all these workers that were building these depots, but he didn't do that. And so I think this is actually the tipping point now, where Fright Knight missed a window of opportunity. Despite the fact that he's got 4 bases, this is not, unless he does something crazy with like Infestors or Ultralists, I think he's going to be in trouble. On the Terran side of things, this is a very good composition. The mines will do extreme amounts of damage to the Hellions. He doesn't burrow the mines, actually, and so he's just A-moving. Finally, he burrows the mines. He might get 1 shot off. No. And unfortunately, since there is no medevac support yet to handle stim, the roaches, despite the fact that they're slow, are just going to be able to literally walk home. Banelings by the dozen literally being made, and they're going to pop right now, and so he'd better move that army, because he's not going to be able to handle that. He does move about half the army back, but it's not a very decent, good spread here. A couple Marauders and a Hellion are going to get roasted here, but as soon as this army moves forward, those Banelings are going to move in. Without Baneling speed, they're not going to be able to do anything. Baneling speed is only about that. Baneling speed is only about 1/3 down. The mines go off, but the Banelings connect, and oh my god, they take out nearly all the Marines, and suddenly now this battle gets completely tipped in Fright Knight's favor, and nearly all of the army of Catalyst has been wiped out. I mean, the army supply now is 93 to 28 in favor of Fright Knight, and there is very little to stop this massive push coming across the map. I mean, you've got Zerglings scouting the kind of the extraneous bases. You only have 2 bases in this case. You've got 4 Mutalisks. 4 Mutalisks and Lings are scouting everywhere. You've got this massive amount of roaches. I mean, we're talking 24 roaches in the center of the map. You know, you now have Overseers. You've got more and more and more roaches. They have +1 armor to deal with these mines that are around. There is medevac support now, so I think what it was is Fright Knight actually missed a window of opportunity. He should have just gone across the map and just killed Catalyst, because Catalyst has a composition that, while it might not be very big, I mean, he still has a serious deficit. He's 37 supply units behind in units. He definitely has the production facilities. He's supply blocked, but he's got 10 barracks. You know, and he's got 10 barracks, and of those 10 barracks, 5 of them have reactors. So, you know, and it's like, that's just a lot of units. I mean, he's supply blocked across the board. I don't think he realized that he's stuck at 110 right now. He does, oh, no, he does. Right here, he's making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 depots simultaneously. But this is just not going to be enough with the Banelings busting through the front, and an all-roach force. I mean, he does have 1-1, which he does have a slight upgrade advantage. But as soon as the Zerg army finishes the level 2 Carapace, he's going to be in trouble. I mean, melee attacks level 2 is coming up also. So, I mean, as soon as, you know, the roaches get within range of any units, they can actually use their melee attack instead of the range attack and actually kill this. And there it is, the concave forms, the Banelings roll in, they destroy all the front units because there's just nowhere for him to spread. There's nowhere for this army to go. I mean, he's now fighting up into a concave, but the thing is that all the heavy marauders are gone. The Banelings, for the most part, are also, but there's a small reinforce to sort of replenish that. And now Catalyst is actually not looking good. He's got an oversaturated natural to the count of about 10 units, and an undersaturated, oh no, maybe that is a fully saturated main, but he has no way to push out. Actually, he does push out. He's like, where's that army? He stims, but the medevacs are too far away. He's going to engage in this group, but he really shouldn't do this because he really doesn't have the health on the units to follow up with this. What I really think he should do is he should really drop. He really should take one medevac and go back over here to the main and just wipe out the main, because you know what's coming next? An Ultralisk Cavern. And that is going to spell doom for Catalyst when that comes out. So, really, he needs to do something. He's contained. He's got his third coming out, but he can't do anything with it. And like I said, there's the doom drop. There are 5 medevacs full of units. Where is he going? He decides to just take off and YOLO it. There is so many Banelings here. Oh my god. There is over 70 Banelings. And here it goes. The absolute Bane destruction of all destructions. Banelings upon Banelings gonna explode. They're not, oh, there they go. They just are steamrolling everything. Bunkers, mines, everything goes down. Oh my god, this is just pure carnage. Nothing's repairing the base. It doesn't matter, it's dying, it's a base race. There's an entire army in Fright Knight's base, and Fright Knight has got his entire army in the other guy's base. There is literally nothing here to stop this. There are turrets shooting down things that fly, but there's nothing left that flies. There is no units, there is no production for Catalyst whatsoever. He is hoping to God he can do something here. What he needs to do is he needs to lift his base. He is sending a small force of units. I'm sorry, Fright Knight is sending a small force of units back to try to stop this. And oh my god, there are 48 Banelings being made. There is literally nothing Catalyst can do about this. He's not looking at time. He backs up. He loses a third of his army, half his army, most of his army, nearly all of his army. He needs to pull him up in the medevacs. He doesn't do it. He doesn't split his guys. All he does is stutter step, and there's so many Banelings. Oh my god, GG! I'm fucking out of breath. What? That was insane. Anyway, it looks like Fright Knight takes game 1 after what looked like a back and forth sort of situation. Not necessarily a terrible game. I believe that Catalyst could have taken a third a little bit sooner. Maybe gotten a tank or two. He didn't switch. He kept making mines and Hellions. The early attack he did with Hellions, that really hurt a lot because he committed a lot to that attack and literally didn't get anything accomplished. So Catalyst did take it on the nose that first game. We're going to go ahead and go into game 2 here, and that way we have, I think it's still, still a best of 3. Ooh. By the way, if you guys are in the chat, go ahead and click follow. Let me know you enjoy what you're doing, or just click follow just to go ahead and sort of support Monster Cat. No, sorry, not Monster Cat. To go ahead and support ESL. This is an open tournament. It is worth money. You win $50 if you win the tournament. So it's free. By the way, Passer 2300, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Your Passer is another caster and admin of ESL. So gracias. Thank you for the host. Appreciate it. If you guys like what you see, go ahead and click follow, either for Pastor if you're on her stream, or you can actually, or on his stream, or go ahead and just click on the link in his host to my channel and click follow also. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'd like to also welcome IRMK to the chat and to the stream, and I think I said this earlier, but just in case I missed it, Dark Death also welcome to the stream. So. Okay, hold on. I don't know what's going on. Let's quit this. Yeah, okay. So what we're going to go ahead and we're going to see game 2 of this TVZ with Catalyst and Fright Night. Fright Night is the master level player here. Catalyst is currently ranked as Diamond, although I believe he was a master level. Hang on. I might be thinking of someone else here. No, he is a Diamond level player. He is a Terran. So, I mean, not a terrible play out of Catalyst there. There's nothing wrong with that. Fright Night, actually... He's currently ranked Masters, and actually he's actually a new Masters player. He's been in Masters only once before, but he has re-achieved it. So congratulations to being a repeat Master Leaguer. That's always fun when you can get back to your original level. And by the way, Dark Death, thank you for the follow. Awesome. You joined DJ's crew like a boss. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And what we're going to do, we're just waiting for them. I believe they've decided that Terraform is the second map. They had some veto problems earlier. I don't think Catalyst was a little unsure of what the next map was. So they had to clarify that. And I believe the one after this, if it goes to a best of 3, I'm sorry, if it goes to a third game, will be, I think, Coda? No, Cactus, I think, is the third match, third game. Third map. Oh my god, words, people. They aren't coming out of... Sorry. They aren't coming out of my mouth very well today. Yeah, let's see here. Okay. I can type, too, apparently. Man, I need, like, another Red Bull, even though this one's empty, right? Well, you know what's funny? So they quit making Red Bull, like, the flavored ones, these, in the 8.4-ounce size, which is, like, the old-school traditional size of Red Bulls. Now they are making them the 12-ounce size. You know what's crazy about that? One Red Bull has 3 times as much caffeine as a Mountain Dew. A 12-ounce Red Bull has 4 times the amount of caffeine as a Mountain Dew. So it's like sucking down 4 Mountain Dews in like one of these little midget cans. That's a lot of caffeine. You're like, going crazy. Anyway, things that are not going crazy include me making this match full screen. So we'll do that. Anyway, starting the up right-hand corner, defending some early pressure very early in the last game against a Hellion Marauder push. It's our yellow and Latino / Mexican Zerg player. It's Fright Night. Currently down 1-0. It's our Diamond underdog here. It's our Terran player. It's Catalyst. All right, so what can Catalyst do to pull this back? I think what Catalyst can do is he needs to get a slightly better read on the enemy here. If he sees units that counter his, and this was key, he put a lot of effort into, oops, hold on, D and that. He put a lot of units into that push with Marauder and Hellion. Unfortunately, he had more Hellions and Marines than he did Marauders, and so the Roaches focused down the Marauders, and then leaving themselves basically immune to the Hellions. And instead of pulling the Hellions back for some extra defense at home, you know, the defender's advantage actually got the best of him. And what we see here, oh, look at this though. Oh shoot. Oh, look at that. We got a proxy barracks. Oh, dude, we likey. Yeah, Pastor, who needs words? Yeah, words are for real casters. And so we do see 2 racks. He is going to go Reaper. Oh, he's going 2 racks Reaper. You know what? This build is never one I ever liked. 2 racks Reaper is bad for one reason. Reapers don't get the DPS. They don't shoot upwards. And even though they're fast, they're hard to micro. Whenever I do a 2 racks build like this, I go to the extreme. No gas, all workers. I drop a mule. As soon as the first mule goes down, I pull all the workers to my 2 racks. I've got 5 or 6 Marines. I constantly can produce enough Marines and workers from the mule to actually reinforce this. And boom goes the dynamite, mother. And here it is, super fast Reaper into the base. Look at that. The racks, I mean, there isn't even a queen out here because you can't spawn a queen until the spawning pool is done. And so 2 racks Reaper, it's going to be, it looks like, people. There isn't even a natural. All he's got is drones. It's drones in the Happy Land. 1 drone is going to go down. Oh, he's going to have to micro this. Is the second Reaper nearly out? No, the second Reaper is about 15 seconds out, right? Oh, look at this. Yeah, 10 seconds out. So, oh, he doesn't get the surround on it. He does go ahead and chip away at all these drones. But once the spawning pool is done, he's going to go ahead and, what's he got? It looks like 8 Zerglings. So he's going for basically what would have been a 12 pool, but a reverse 12 pool where he made the hatchery first. So here you go. Workers are going to die horribly. If these Reapers aren't able to be microed carefully, this is going to be very dangerous. He needs to keep these Reapers alive because if they die to any of these Zerglings, this push is dead before it starts. So he is microing very well. 2 more Zerglings coming up the ramp. Oh, he needs to hop back into the base to really get away. He needs to run, get off creep. You do not want to fight Zerglings on creep. The Queen actually is going to finish at both bases very soon here. He reunites with his Reapers, but he needs them basically. No, do not jump up. Oh, he doesn't see it. He gets stuck up in there. He does manage to save both the Reapers through some act of God. But here they are. No, he does sack one. He does not sack 1 Reaper. He does get several of the Zerglings, though. But this is not looking very good. He keeps hopping this up for the sake of actually killing Zerglings. He's killing his Zerglings off actually fairly quickly. He sends in the 1 Reaper that's actually doing okay health-wise, but the economy for Fright Night is really not that bad off. I mean, he's got a couple of workers there. He's got queens aplenty. He's going to have more larvae here. I mean, he really needs to do some serious work. He needs to like, pull these wounded out right now. I mean, he doesn't have much of an economy back home. He's not going to be able to keep up this push if he loses any of it. And if you look at this, he's actually lost like 1 of those Reapers, and you don't want to lose that. He needs to focus fire down 1 of those queens, but they don't have enough money. They don't have enough energy for transfuse. So here you go. The force is actually having to pull back. He's microing against the Zerglings. He does get a couple of Zerglings. Remember, the Marine does not move as fast as the Reapers. So, oh wow, good shot on those. And you can see the units lost that. But I mean, like he's taking a lot of damage here. He needs to keep these guys alive, though. He lost the Marine and he lost 1 of the Reapers, and he needs to sort of regroup here. If he hops up in this high ground, he'll actually be able to get in here because there's no Zerglings actually in this high ground. But taking out this Queens would be devastating actually for him. So he gets 1 Queen, excellently done. He does try a good micro on the 2 wounded Reaper, so he pulls it back. Does he get the other Queen? Oh my god, he's gonna get the other Queen. He might actually get the 3rd Queen. Holy cow, this would be devastating actually to Fright Night if he doesn't get all these. There are now enough Reapers here to deal with literally all of these Zerglings. All he needs to do is really just keep this up. He's got how many? He's got 1 more Reaper coming. Sorry, 2 more Reapers coming. He hops 1 Reaper up there and he gets killed. Speed is not quite finished yet because really Fright Night could not afford it. There are more units coming in. He now has a total of 6 Reapers, and he's going to go ahead and start chipping away at this natural. This is going to be really bad. If he actually... Oh, he decides to not do the natural. So, I mean, he could actually do some work on this spawning pool. Yeah, this is probably where he wants to focus his attention. There's only 1 Queen. That Spine Crawler is not long for this roll. He needs to pull back, keep off the creep, keep the Zerglings from the back. He's using the Mass Reaper to actually go ahead and slowly chip away at this. This is actually very well done. For what little that Fright Night can do, he loses his Queen. Not good. He does pull the drones, which he kind of forced to have to at this point. 1 Spy Caller does go down. There is an attempted... Oh! He almost gets a surround. He gets the Marine out of it through some act of God. The Marine is not long for this roll. He gets eaten alive. However, these 9 Reapers are just doing what they can. The amount of money Catalyst has is actually now higher than Fright Night. I mean, the income tab is actually in Fright Night's favor. The problem is that he just doesn't have the larva produced to use it, so he's banking up all this stuff. He's trying to micro his Reapers, but with speed being done, these Zerglings are chewing up everything. He does not have the Adrenal Gland upgrade, and oh my god, somehow these Zerglings have cleaned up all of these Reapers, and now, oh my god, Fright Night has held it, and Catalyst has GG. Wow, that I was not expecting. I honestly thought that he had enough Reapers. If he had microed that correctly, he could have taken out the spawning pool, and since there was no economy sitting in the natural, that he could have either taken out the natural, taken out the spawning pool or something, and just kept microing. I really think that was actually a mistake on the part of Catalyst. I believe that was totally winnable by him. But you know, he kind of YOLO'd with it, and that was it. And he did not, you know, he couldn't do it, couldn't pull it off. So now we see actually the Mexican Zerg player moving on. By the way, I'd also like to welcome Mjolki and Rose. I think it's Rosary Darius to Rose. I'm gonna try it. Rose Darius. Rose Riderus. Rose Riderus to the chat. Welcome. You guys, by the way, Myoki is a super fan, and I truly mean a super fan, so give her some love in the chat. If you like what you see, go ahead and click the follow button. And by the way, I'd also like to thank Pastor for the host as well. That's awesome of you. You're one dope individual. Pastor happens to be a, what is it? Oh, an admin. I couldn't think of the word. I'm like, words, again, not my forte. They're not going very well. All right, so we're going to leave this party. Let's see here. Now I need to turn on. So if we don't have that, we need music. So we're gonna play some Monster Cat in the background. This is by. Who's this by? This is by a group called Astronaut Far Too Loud. The name of the song is called War. If you like the song. By the way, if you can't hear anything, you can't hear the music loud enough. You can't hear. So we're gonna hop out of this. See who's left in the bracket here. It looks like Slayer's Arthur, in what must have been a grueling set of 3, has defeated Bly and has moved on to the semifinals. Looks like the battle between Pili Pili and, Pili Pili's opponent still hasn't been decided. It looks like that match between Black Cat and Xeno is just the most insane shit. Rose Ride Eris. Oh, okay, I totally botched that. I sort of got it my last attempt. I was close. I was like Rose Riderus. But Rose Rideris. Rose Rideris. That sounds like something out of Game of Thrones. It's like, my name is Sir Rose Rideris. Like, I don't know, it's very fancy. And I'm getting lots of chats in here. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and leave, actually, this. We're going to leave the party. And go back to the NA chat. By the way, guys, I think I finally figured out what happened with why my game kept disconnecting. My internet sucked. Actually, I upgraded my internet service, and what's kind of cool is I went from 50 megabits down and 10 megabits up to having 110 down and 20 up, and it's the upload piece that's the big part for casters, right? Because I'm shoveling out data to the internet, right? You really need that upload speed. But I got it for only an additional $5. I basically doubled all of my speeds for only $5 more. So go RCN. If you haven't heard of RCN, that's okay because it's only in 5 cities. It's in New York, Boston, Washington, D.C., 2 smaller towns I don't know the name of, and Chicago, and I live in Chicago, so go RCN. You are the dope mofo this week. And they did it quick, too. Like, normally when you, like it used to be a problem, like a few years back, like, if you upgrade your service, like, sir, that'll take up to 72 hours to provision your modem. Please be patient. However, I called RCN and I'm like, so when should I wait for this? They're like, it's active now. I'm like, what? So I'm like, www.speednet.net, boom, test. I'm like, internet fast, yay me. Ah! That's what it felt like. It's glorious. And then we have some like crazy people and like, because I'm part of this chat for all the other ESL casters and some of the admins, so we can coordinate tournaments and availability of casters. And someone's like, yo, I got 900. I'm like, right. I'm like, you got Google Fiber, like what, like Martian, you know, I've got internet from the year 2050. Like, what is this crazy 900 stuff? I mean, it's like a Dragon Ball Z internet level. Like, is Goku involved? Like, come on. So anyway, yeah, that was pretty dope. But anyway, alright, so we're going to see if there's any matches available. Looks like, oh, actually, we can do Katie. Let's see if we can do. Find. Oh shoot! I just got out of that chat. Where's Kawaji? Let's see here. I should have kept Fright Night. Let's see here. He's known as Wotaz. Is Wotaz in the chat? I don't think Wotaz is in the chat. Alright, we're still looking for this, Rose Rideris. Rose Rideris. You have to say it like fancy, though. Like, if you say his name, you have to say it fancy. It's like, I'm Rose Rideris. That's like a Dungeons and Dragons name. It's like a wizard. It's like, I am the all-powerful Rose Rideris! Or maybe I said that like a warrior. Whatever. I don't care. I'm being silly while he played well, too. Alright, Rose Rideris, by the way. He joined DJ's crew like a boss, by the way. Thank you for the follow. Awesome. And by the way, I hope you guys like my little animated kid on Power Wheels that she's doing a wheelie, because that's how you roll if you're going to enjoy my stream. Hand back, the no-look wheelie. That's what you do. So, anyway. So we're gonna see if we can find a Mite here. I'm not seeing any players in here. Sam Gamji. So it looks like Fright Night's there, but I can't find Wotas in the chat. So I guess I could try to maybe message him. Let's see if we can get anyone else here. So let's see. We're still doing Cammy Pink is still going with televolts. That must be the world's longest match.
Cambridge to Boston, lives in a world she's lost in, victim of compromise. He's staring at her Aberdeen heart.
So I'd like to actually do Fright Night, but I can't. Let's see if I can message him. So he's Fright Night. Let's see who this. You can add him as a friend here, maybe. Add friend, character friend. What is it? What is this code? 270? Oh, I'm an idiot. I did that wrong. There we go. Let's see here. Fright Night. Let's see here. See here.
Wasted moments, full of potential atonement, an angel in disguise. But he can see your Aberdeen heart, London eyes, Glasgow bones. She's a whistle in the catacombs, a paradox. Oh, he's in love with the statue in a marble block. He's in love with the
what is Subrius? I need Google Translate like right now. I don't know what this guy's saying.
She's falling too far with salt in her scars. Won't let it taste her tears.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I need to do. I want to see what he said. I think he said there'll be an upload to the internet, and I think that's what Subrir means. Are you gonna internet to upload the games? I think it said, "Are you uploading?" I think Subrir means to upload, but I think he left off a letter. Subrir is internet gaming. What do we have? Subiras. Maybe Subirar. Let's try this. Subirar. Maybe it's Subirir. It might be an irregular verb. Let's see here. In Spanish. Under Espanol. Subir. Okay, Subir. I talk fast, so I hope your English is good. Let's see here. Yeah, upload. So he's like, that's what he said. Okay, I thought he said, are you uploading those to Los Juegos? Although he botched it, there should be an S here, so he did some typos here. So just so you guys can actually see this, I actually do speak Spanish, and so I understood some of what he was saying. So if you look at this match, if you look at this in full screen, what he did is he said subirás, but he left off two, and he in Los Juegos, I think he should have had an S there for games. And then internet, obviously. I knew what he did, but I couldn't figure it out. But this means, are you uploading? I didn't realize the word upload was available in Spanish, but it's there. Cannot be. The correct sentence is your English. Oh, ser. Okay, it cannot be as bad as my Espanol. Okay, so that's a literal translation. So if you guys are looking at this, like I said, I actually do speak Spanish. And what he literally said here is, he says, tu inglés no puede ser tan malo como mi español. What that means is your English can't be as bad. Oh, no. Is, because it's basically you're saying the no puede means cannot. But then it's cannot be, and that's what ser is. It's the word be. As bad as, and that's what tan malo como means. As bad as my Spanish. So and then I learned the word for shot in a bar in Mexico, trago. Yeah, so I do a Thirsty Thursday stream. By the way, for you guys watching, I'm waiting for the game for Fright Night to start. I'm waiting for Fright Night's opponent to be ready. I'm talking to Fright Night right now. But we're talking about language now, and I'm like, hey, I just learned a new word when I was in Mexico, because last week, the reason why I didn't have any streams for my 2 Thirsty Thursday streams, which takes place every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central every Thursday, is I was in a bar in Mexico, and I was trying to ask for shots, and I could not, and I knew I could say the whole rest of the sentence, and I could have like a partial conversation with the guy at the bar, but I could not think of the word shot. Like I could ask for a bottle of water, I could ask for beers, I could ask for wine, I could ask for anything behind the bar except for a shot. And I'm like, what's the word for shot? And he's like, trago. And I'm like, you just made this white gringo guy's day. So, like, anyhow. But yeah. So anyway, it's funny. But then, yeah, so it was awesome that I had that. Looks like his opponent hasn't shown up. This is really weird. Upload subir. But it's an irregular verb? It's really weird. Okay, so the way, I know I'm going back to this, but the word subir, which is S-U-B-I-R, the last two letters in every Spanish verb determines how you conjugate the verb. So all verbs in the entire Spanish language only end with three-letter combinations. A-R, E-R, or I-R. It doesn't matter. Every verb ends with an R, and then the second to last letter is always either an A, an E, or an I. And then that vowel there tells you how you actually pronounce and then do the rest of the verbs, the rest of the conjugation, like, you know, like present tense, everything like that, right? But this must be some kind of irregular verb, because upload is subir, which must be a noun. But I wonder what to upload is. I guess it's also, but it's an irregular verb, so if it doesn't follow the same pattern, then it's called an irregular verb. But it's like, all right, whatever. Alright, I'm not going to do what he suggested there. But, saludos para Rodrigo! I will give you a shout out there. I will give you a shout out to Mr. Rodrigo. And we'll move on from there. We're waiting for... Hey, by the way, Rodrigo, Fright Night calls you a nub. So, sorry, Rodrigo es una nub. And I said una for a reason. Hey. I'm kidding, I'm just messing. I don't even know who you are, Rodrigo. I don't know who you are. You're probably a really nice guy or girl, unless maybe you have a girl and your nickname is Rodrigo. I don't know. I'm assuming you're a guy, because Rodrigo is usually a guy's name. But we'll go from there. But let's see what's going on here. So apparently, Fright Night's opponent just 86'd himself. He just logged off. So by the way, guys, I'm sorry. We're waiting for these guys to get in game. Sometimes this happens. If you guys have watched tournaments, like even like really good streams like Base Trade, sometimes they just gotta sit there and talk. In this case, I'm chatting online, which is silent, and talking to myself. I'm sure my neighbor, because you can hear me actually, the way my apartment's laid out is my door is like right over there. I'm sure that my neighbor walks out in the hall and thinks I'm going batshit crazy. But in the meantime, I'll just give you a little bit of information. My name is DJ Spectre. You can find me on Twitter at DJ Spectre TV, or you can check me out on Twitch here. That's good. I also have a YouTube channel. However, the YouTube channel is about 500. Yeah, it's about 500 letters long. So. see here. I'm gonna say, not sure how long that match is. Waiting. All right, looks like actually Fright Night might get I don't think that's gonna put him in the finals. I said that, but I don't think that's correct. Where is Fright Night in the semi? Right in the semifinals. Wow, he got another bye? By the way, Spanish questions are all supposed to be preceded with a question mark. Unfortunately, I don't have the Alt keyboard to be able to do that. Why aren't we speaking in Spanish? Oh my god, not Rico. What's the word for poor? Oh my god, what is the word for poor? Pobre. I'm using you for practice. Soy un idiota. Next time, Kenny. Alright, so we are still waiting. I apologize you guys hanging out here and listening to some Monster Cat and watching this idiotic chat. If you guys want to see what's going on here. It's not. There's nothing like vulgar or anything, so you guys can sort of see the chat here. Let me. Which layer is this one? That's this one, right? So I just get rid of that. So you can sort of see the chat. Basically, what it is Future Medic is helping us trying to sort out an issue. Basically, Fright Night's opponent has disappeared and is not online. He tried to reach him, couldn't. The admin is now trying to go ahead and also reach him. In the meantime, like I said, you can get a kick out of watching the stream and watching my absolutely terrible Spanish with a Mexican player. And basically, I'm just self-deprecating and calling myself a moron. I'm not 1v1ing him. I can't believe he actually even asked that. But let's take a look at the rest of the bracket. Let's do all round the horn. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Let's see here. Who would be his opponent? So, Fright Night would be playing whoever wins out of Blue and Televolts. So let's go back into the ESL NA chat, see if Blue or Televolts is there. We might have to go ahead and cast one of them. Black Cat is in the chat still. All right, so it looks like Fright Night is gonna get a free ride into the semifinals because his opponent, who was known as Wojtaz, I think that's right, Wojtaz, maybe the J is silent, Wojtaz, whatever. He is, where is he from? He is from. He's from Poland. It's probably pretty late there, actually, right now. I mean, there's like a... Poland is, what, 12 hours difference? No, like 8 hours difference? So, I mean, it's like 2 or 3 in the morning over there. So, he probably just dropped off, pure and simple. So, nothing unusual about that. And so, we'll see if we can maybe get a different game here. The only going on is Blue and Televolts. Let's close that. We don't need that open. Looks like everyone else is... Xeno is back, but did Xeno... Who's Xeno playing? He was playing Pilly Pilly. Maybe I'll do his. I'll see if he's gone. Maybe I can cast his instead. I need to probably hide my taskbar though, right? No, not task manager. I need to hide the taskbar. Ah, damn it, come on. Damn it. There we go, that's what I wanted. Ah, in the wrong place here. It's not what I want. I want to auto. What the hell is the properties for this thing? Why won't this let me click on what I want? Looking a little bitch. There we go, that's what I wanted. I want auto hide the taskbar. That's what I want. There we go, because then I can see my chat in addition to this. Alright, I don't need this open. Come on. Hey, what's up? Gonna do this real quick here. Let's see. I'd like to also welcome Zero Length back to the chat. He's another regular. I'd like to welcome Fright Night. He's new. So everyone give Fright Night a shout out in the chat. Man, the shit going down in my chat's funny. Said some terrible things in that chat. Looks like Zeno just changed his status, so he may not be available. Alright, so what I want to do is I gotta check one quick hot crazy thing. I need to go to... That's not what I want. I want to go to this. Gotta look at some stuff here real quick. Gonna pause that, check it out. Oh! I had 100 followers? Who's the 100th follower? What? Hold on, gotta figure out, gotta figure out who the 100th follower is. Who's the 100th follower today? Who gets the lucky thing? Oh, maybe it doesn't show up yet, because I was at 99 when Rose Rideris was here. Oh, maybe he is the 100th follower. He might be. Looks like... Let's see what's going on here. Most of these people, I think, are actually in their matches right now. I don't think we're going to actually be able to find one until someone ends it. Because it looks like Zeno and Pilly Pilly is going on. And they must have just started. Slater's Arthur is waiting for the results of that match. And then Fright Night is waiting on either Blue or Televolts to finish. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We're in the quarterfinals. It's finishing up. Our semifinal bracket is being decided basically between two other matches that I can't cast. So we're just waiting. We're in a holding pattern. Not sure what else to do. You get some, like, you get DJ dancing. Terrible dancing, but I'll dance. Bailo. Alright, if you guys don't know what that means I dance in Spanish. Can't tell how big this page is. There's like something else behind it, but I don't know what the hell it is. That's Oh, that's Legacy of the Void. We'll just close that. I don't want that window anyway. Lucky 100. Yeah, I don't know who the 100th one is. That's the thing, Future Medic. I just saw this. Like, I don't know. Because it was at 99 when Rose Raderis followed. But I don't, but like the follower, like, thing on your Twitch, when you go to look to see who it is that followed you later on, doesn't show it. My Twitch alerts might, though. Hold on. It's in your dashboard. No, you know what? I think it was Fright Night. I think Fright Night. I believe the Mexican Zerg player is my 100th follower. So he has to win the tournament now because he's my 100th follower. Now, I was at 99 at one point, and then 2 people unfollowed, so who knows? If someone unfollows, then we're all hosed anyway. But, okay. What is going on here? Open. That's not it. Doesn't show. It actually doesn't show his follow yet officially. You know what? My Twitch alerts isn't working either. I mean, what's weird is that the dashboard for Twitch alerts shows that there's a follow. But no funciona? I don't know. It's not working. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna close this window and then reopen this and see what happens. Maybe it'll work. I don't know. You guys can't see this, but there's basically like a green screen window that I have open that's hidden. It's actually... Well, you guys can't actually see it because it's green screen. But the point is, though, that it's right in the middle here between the game screen and my face. So... should actually be higher than that. Yeah. Rose Raderis is a girl. Oh shit. Let's see here.
Go inside, dim the lights. Another early night.
All right.
Inside our mind dies. And I hope that we'll survive. But we last one more fight. Don't get tired.
All right, let's see here. Alright, looks like we might have both me and the Brazilians actually casting. You and Fright Night ready to go then.
Go inside, dim the light.
Alright.
as the caffeine inside our mind dies. And I hope that we'll survive. But we last one more fight. Though you're tired, you know
Okay.
I
Just
don't
for
need
party. What is this? Okay. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, I need to note that here real quick here. Hold on. So it's Coda, Bridge, Terra. Okay. It's a good song too. I'm gonna turn this up briefly. While we wait. So I gotta get Coda. Type. I cannot do that. I cannot type. I'm talking like a Mexican. Hey, I'm Mexican speaking English. I cannot type. No typey. Sorry. I want to let me make this. Waiting for party.
bad boy.
Oh? What's going on? Spell? Oh shit, did he die? Well, apparently our opponent just fell off the face of the earth. His internet went crazy. Depending on where he's at in Mexico, he could have a tropical storm bearing down on that. Very possible. This song is crazy sounding off. Sorry, I can't have anyone actually join the party other than the casters and the admins. We have 3 Brazilian casters, 1 American caster, which is me, or English-speaking caster, I should say, not necessarily American. But never go full side. Oxygen OP, what's up? But yeah, we can only have casters, admins, and players in here. When we get spectators, actually cause a problem. Where? What is this? Is this working correctly? By the way, Oxygen OP, thank you for the follow. Awesome. I don't know why the alert actually didn't come through my ear. So, okay, he's on his phone. All right. Okay, so it looks like. Okay, where's Rockbud? Alright. Anyway, we're just joofing around in chat while we wait for this. Apparently, Future Medic's also away as well, so even the admins are kind of potato. Yeah, he's not on. It sucks, but... I don't know where the admin went. We're still waiting on this. It looks like if the finals are determined by... But I'm sorry I'm being somewhat quiet here. I'm just trying to like keep this thing going on here. It looks like Pili Pili's already in the finals. He knocked off a Korean Slater's Arthur, which is kind of cool. So we are going to have an American in the finals, which would be cool. We could potentially have another American in the finals, which this will be one of the few times when we actually have an actually all-American, no pun intended, final between Pili Pili and Blue. You know, if Fright Night doesn't come back, we'll definitely have a full North American final, regardless, because even if Fright Night does come back, he is a Mexican player, so it'll be representing North America for show. He's back? Ah, he's back! Oh, looks like the connection be good. All right. Confirming Coda. I'm pretty certain it's Coda. Coda, Bridgehead, and Terra. All right. Alright, let's do this. Let's do Coda create party as mod. We'll do game heart create as party. Alright, should be good here. Alright, so let's fix this up so it's not me. It is Fright Night. I will make myself a ref. I will make one person a ref. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna... Alright. Philly is Russian, but represents North America. You can. So, Oxygen OP, sorry this is delayed. Yeah, actually, the thing is, that as long as you want to participate in the tournament, you're allowed to go ahead and participate from any country in the world. You just have to play at North American friendly times is all. So, okay, so it looks like everyone's go. So, here we go. Go, go. Alright, so we're gonna... Alright, I gotta close out of that. Go up here, we're gonna close the music here. So it looks like we got a ZVZ, which is probably the matchup, the one, I can't even talk. Again, words. When I need to speak, it doesn't friggin' happen. However, it's the matchup I know the least about. That's what we'll just go with. It's the matchup I know the least about. I'm getting kind of hungry. I ate a whole bunch of food earlier, but that was like 4 hours ago, and I get hungry like a baby. Like I get hungry like every like 2.5 hours. It's like I just need like a formula bottle right here, just like 24 hours a day or something crazy. I don't know. Anyhow, we're gonna see a decent matchup here, so I'm gonna unconnect that mouse because I don't want that mouse connected. Come on, don't freeze the computer. There we go. I also bought myself a new mouse pad because I actually wore out my other gaming mouse pad. When you use hard surface mouse pads, wherever your mouse typically tends to move, ends up wearing down, and so it becomes not the hard, rigid surface you need. So, and then I got a free one that was kind of crappy, but had a really nice surface. Like it was small from work, and that one's just too tiny. Future Medic, just said that on stream. So you just got famous, Future Medic. Pee my name into a snowbank. Well, there's that. So that's how we're going to start the stream, by the way, this match. So anyway, the guy who had some electrical problems earlier, he is a Mexican Zerg player. It's Fright Night. On the other end of the map, it's another Zerg. His name is not red, though he is red. It's blue. So, alright, this matchup is literally the one that I know absolutely nothing about. I know that they're Zerg players, I know that they have slimy units, and I know they build on creep. That's it. Although, however, I will tell you what we typically do see in ZVZ. We do see, like, a lot of, like, Zergling, like, freeze tag occurring out on the field. We also see, then, usually a lot of roach headbutting. What it usually comes down to is who goes Hydras first, who gets more mutas, or who has faster upgrades. One of those three things. It literally is. It's like who can make roaches faster, who can get Hydras to go ahead and deal with like things like Banelings, if you see that, or who has more mutas. Every now and then you'll also see like, you know, Banelings out there where you're like, well, okay, Baneling control, like who gets the perfect hit, who gets lucky with the Baneling hit against like the right number of Zerglings at the right time. I hate to say, but Ling Baneling is one of the most boring things I've ever seen in my entire life. Roach versus Roach is also boring as hell. So I'm hoping somebody goes Muta here just to make this interesting. Because if I see Ling Bling versus Ling Bling, or Roach versus Roach, I'm gonna stab myself live on camera. Please don't do that to me, players. I would hate to have to stab myself, because I kind of like my face. You guys may not like it, but I'm used to looking at this thing in the mirror every day, and I kind of want it to stay the same. A moment of silence, potentially, for my face. Alright, anyway, back to what we see here. So blue actually opts for hatch and then pool. Over here, we see something similar. So, I mean, these guys are basically doing the same thing at the same time. I mean, the pools are at 42 seconds, 43 seconds. Future Medic just noticed that she just said that she would like to one day be able to pee her entire name into the snow. A snow bank, actually. So not only that, but she's not trying to just do it on the ground where you can, like, waddle around. She's gonna, like, aim it and, like, spell her name out like a Skyrider on the side of a block of snow. And that's not related to this game whatsoever, but it's a ZVZ that nothing happens for the first 5 minutes anyway, so I have nothing else to talk about. It's called filler, folks. Just deal. Anyway... So, it looks like Fright Knight's actually going to go ahead and do a decent... he's going to start off and get a lot of vision here. There's a decent amount of vision for blue, at least on the attack path. These two are actually trying to hold hands. Maybe they're going on a date. I mean, who knows? I mean, they look kind of cute. Maybe they are. I mean, I don't know if they're male or female. But, I mean, the one's definitely chasing the other. And I think the way it usually goes is usually the guy is chasing the girl. So, maybe the yellow one's a girl and the red one's a guy, as far as overlords go. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I'm talking about Zerg sexes, dude. There's only one female, and it's queens. And here we have, you know, 2 Zerglings versus a queen and 2 other Zerglings. So, as like we normally see, we're seeing, you know, early Zerglings. Looks like Fright Knight did get his out a little bit faster. So, blue is going to get a little later scout. And he will see the Baneling nest here. So where's the Baneling nest actually for blue is coming out faster. So blue will have the early Banelings, but it's not going to matter because by the time Fright Knight's Baneling nest finishes, even if he makes Banelings and sprints them across the class, or across the grass, this isn't grass. No, there's no grass here. Sorry, across the map, not grass. It's not going to matter because they take too long and he's not getting centrifugal hooks. So he's not going to be able to have the ability to... have any speed with them. You know, blue does have the nice attack path sort of covered here, so he can see both attack paths, although this one's kind of limited due to the destructible rocks here. So really the attack path is really going to be through this area here, is where it's going to go. And so blue will catch the Zerglings as they run by, as he sees now. These other 2 Zerglings go by, but it looks like Fright Knight just has more Zerglings. Pure and simple, I mean, if you look at the unit count, I mean, all told, there are 15 Zerglings to 7. He's got 2 Banelings versus no Banelings. So, I mean, it's not going to be... it's going to be difficult, I think, for blue to hold this off. I mean, he's got a lot of Zerglings about to pop, and he's got his own set of Banelings and a Spine Crawler. The Spine is actually key here, because as long as he can keep the Zerglings off the Spine Crawler, he'll actually be okay. And down here, You know, there was a small attack by Blue on Fright Night, but that's kind of got countered rather easily. Now you're going to see a bunch of units out here. It looks like there's a couple of Baneling hits out in the middle of the map. Blue is now on the aggression. He's going to go ahead and try to stop those two Banelings there. So I think what it was, did we lose? Yeah, he did. Okay, so it looks like they're about even on units lost. So it's like I said, it's all a bunch of like headbutting, playing freeze tag, you know, etc., etc. You know, Blue's going to be like, hey, screw it, you're not getting your third. But then again, Blue's not taking his third. He's not capitalizing on this attack either. He does have Blue does not have the money. Fright Night does. So Blue's just going to focus this down. He doesn't care if he dies. He does bring in Banelings. He gets some nice connections. And Blue now has somehow managed to turn this around. And now he has a superior army value. And I close the production tab here. However, there are 20 more Zerglings coming out, and they all pop about the same time. So Blue's advantage is going to fade here due to the defender's advantage of Fright Night. This is very common in ZVZ. It's very, because the thing is, you don't really have a lot of creep, but you have a defender's advantage. So Blue's just putting some pressure on. Right now, Blue is feeling comfortable. There is no pressure for him. There's a macro hatch going down now for Fright Night because he couldn't take his third. So he needs that larva production to really keep up in a situation where the entire basis of your strategy is lots and lots and lots of cheap units. You can't make lots and lots of cheap units unless you have lots and lots of larvae. So the one Baneling here goes to Morph. It does die. He cancels it, actually. Good Baneling hits right there by Fright Night. I mean, you know, there's one good Baneling hit that's going to scare off these Zerglings. So, I mean, he'll be able to do something. The third does go down. It's going to be killed pretty easily. No, the Baneling is doing enough to try to scare it off. He detonates and kills those 5 Zerglings. So that wasn't bad for Blue. But, again, this is the sort of headbutting you see. I mean, these little uranium shells... These little uranium shells Fright Night. Oh, that was a detonation that did nothing. I think that was totally by accident. Oh, no, the Mutas came out and got it. And now this is the part where I'm like, who's got Mutas and who doesn't? I mean, right now, the Spire is just starting for Fright Night. These Mutas are going to literally be the thing that breaks the camel's back. I mean, we don't see a Spore Crawler. We don't see a Spore Crawler anywhere going down. So, I mean, Fright Night just isn't doing anything to respond to these Mutas. These Mutas are going to literally have... It's going to be a turkey shoot. Like, it doesn't matter how many Zerglings there are. He can just make more Zerglings back here and send 1 or 2 Mutas, and I'm sorry, but Mutas kill infinity Zerglings, and I don't know why Blue isn't just going for the kill right now. He could easily do this. Unfortunately, he waited, and the Spore Crawler is now there. The Spire is half done. I mean, Blue really, really needs to just move in. He needs to go ahead and just send things on attack move and deal with these Zerglings, but he needs these Mutas to start attacking the base. There's another Spore going down. He sees it. He backs out. The Spore just started in the main, so actually he's got the ability to do something. He can focus fire the 2 Queens, and the Queens will pretty much go down with the ricochet damage. It's not a lot of damage, but it's enough. The Queen goes down, and now he can focus fire at least one of the Spores. And he's actually decided to say, hey, screw it, let's get some drone kills. We'll deal with the Spore later. He kills the 1 Spore. He gets the second one. Literally, 19 drones have now been killed. Unfortunately, I think it's the tipping point for Fright Night because you can't send in Zerglings because they don't shoot upwards. Another Queen goes down, a 3rd Queen goes down, a 4th Queen goes down. Like I said, still over 19 drones were killed in that one go-around, and it looks like Fright Night's only option is a base trade, but it's not going to happen because he's severely behind. And there is a good army building up here to prepare for that exact scenario, to at least delay and stall. And like I said, these 5 Mutalisks will clean this up rather nicely. The layer over here is going to go down without a problem. I mean, it's 2/3 of the way done. Fright Night calls it, and it's GG. Blue takes game 1 in this best of 3. So, yeah, really well done. Like, Blue actually made an excellent comeback. What really sealed the deal was his faster Spire. He really did. He had good hits with his Banelings. He did negate some of the Zergling swarm that came his way when he became the defender. And then he got a fast Spire. So that was always a good thing. And he did really, really well for that. So, looking in the chat, guys, thank you guys for keeping it active. Thank you guys and you homies and homettes for keeping it real. I know we got a couple ladies out there. That's awesome. I now have 102 followers, which actually now means, and let me check the dashboard here to see how many I actually got. So actually now the debate is over. I have now determined who was the 100. It was Rose Raderis was the 100th follower. I'm sorry, Fright Night. The stats are in, the polls are in. Rose Raderis, you were the 100th follower. Thank you very much. I'm gonna go ahead and make this thing into a bridgehead. It's a fun little ditty. By the way, I'd also like to give a shout out to the Brazilian Portuguese speaking stream. They are known as Rocklets. That is R-O-C-K-L-E-T-Z. So if you speak Portuguese, or you're a South American fan, or both, or if you just like StarCraft, which makes it all three, go ahead and check out their stream. It's twitch.tv/Rocklets. I'm DJ Spectre. You can check me out usually on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Time, where I do Thirsty Thursdays, and that is spelled with a U instead of an I, so that's Thursty Thursdays. That's how you spell thirsty for me. Where basically I get drunk, play video games, and I have a perpetual social experiment to find a nice balance between getting hammered and becoming a kung fu master at all things PC related. So come check that out. I play StarCraft, but I also play other games like Titanfall, Need for Speed, Mass Effect, Left 4 Dead, Tomb Raider. I just don't play League of fucking Legends. So anyway. By the way, Pilly joined DJ's crew like a boss. Thank you for the follow, Pilly. Awesome. So that's awesome to see. By the way, Pilly is our other finalist. He's watching his stream mainly to see who he's going to face and how he's going to deal with this Zerg aggression from these two players. You know what? Thank you for viewing the stream. Even if it's only for this one tournament, it's good to see other players liking what I do. I am solo casting. So this is kind of weird. Usually I don't like put my ass up in the air unless I'm being buried, because, you know, face down, ass up. But anyway, so someone said something about cats. Did someone just see my cat? I think she ran away. Whatever. But I'm an idiot. Okay. Okay. Alright, here we go. Into game number 2. The last match was won by Blue during an amazing comeback. That was really astounding. Congrats to him. So I'm gonna go ahead and real quick here. Oop, I didn't want to do that. We're gonna pause that music. We're gonna go in here. And this is game number 2, starting at the 9 o'clock position. Currently down 1-0 in this best of 3. It's Fright Night, our Mexican Zerg player. And on the other side of the map, on Bridgehead, obviously my least favorite map in the entire Mother universe. But currently up 1-0. He's not the right color, or at least his name is misleading. It's the red Zerg, it's blue. So, you know what I always like to see is like, I like to see cute things in games, and Bridgehead really opens itself up to some of that stuff. So Bridgehead has these destructible rocks back here, and so what you can do is do things like, you can have like a little like Nidus Worm, chip this down, flood a whole bunch of units into the natural, and in the meantime, if you want to defend it, let's say you keep your base at your third, which is probably the more natural really. You got to run all of your guys up through this narrow choke, dodge all your buildings, and then get back here. That's terrible. Plus, you have like a I guess a mild choke here, where it's like it's not like the full width. Like down here, you got this nice wide area. Up here, it's only this area. So it just sucks that this map is so tiny. Like for Protoss and Terran, you can't build in this. Zerg, it doesn't really matter as much, but still, you get cheeky little things like taking the rocks down. You know, you can do things like I said, Nidus Worm here and flood immediately into the natural and reinforce from cross map. Very interesting things. Rose Ryderis, conversation about LOL. We're going to have to talk about that. You and me, it's a whole different conversation. And why is the music just not playing? Music is on. Enable continuous music. Like, I'm gonna do... We'll do all. Okay, I don't know. I can't hear the music. If it gets too loud, let me know. I can't hear it. So if there's game sound problems or whatever, just let me know. So it looks like it's going to be a hatch first. Out of Fright Night. The pool just now goes down. The pool, I mean, again, we're seeing identical builds. You know, pools are about 5 seconds apart. The hatcheries are 1 second apart. I mean, again, we're seeing an identical build here. I mean, it's not anything crazy. Slightly different extractor, but I mean, doesn't really matter when you can't build anything until afterwards. So, but, you know, it's ZVZ. It's got the least options for opening. So, what can I talk about? Oh, I forgot to mention my Twitter, and which I do not have, and I'm not on full screen. Oops, sorry guys. Sorry. I wasn't on full screen. My bad, peeps. My bad. Anyway, so if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter is DJ Spectre TV, as in television. So go ahead and give me a follow if you like it there. If you want to know when I'm streaming, I will mention usually about an hour before I stream, and then right before I stream. Also, I didn't have a chance to do it today because I literally woke up from a nap like 5 minutes into this tournament, and I was the only caster, with the exception of the Portuguese-speaking Brazilian team, named as Rocklets. So, anyway, we don't see any aggression. I mean, we do see 2 queens being made by both, so they are queening it up. More drones. I think what these guys felt is that the last game happened really fast. Lots of early Zerg aggression. I mean, speed starts immediately, you know, for Fright Night. He is a little bit slower than on it. I mean, like, this isn't a big deal. It's 15 seconds, but that's 15 seconds of speed that's not there. So in 15 seconds, you could sprint across the map with that speed. So it might matter early game, but there's a very, very tiny window there that would actually benefit Blue in this matchup if he got it. So he would have to have like an entire swarm of Zerglings ready to go by the time speed finishes, and they'd have to basically be practically across the map by the time it would really matter. So we'll see. Raiderus. You know what? I should just have a beer so that I have a reason why I can't pronounce your name. That would just make things simpler. Rose Raiderus. It's Rose Ridiculous is what it is. Her. Get rid of it. As in get rid of it. Get rid of it. Not get rid of it. Forget about it. Forget about it. Well, again, now we do see early Zerglings out of Fright Night. This is sort of how the match started. I mean, they're not early. I mean, he's taking a sneakier path. Is he going to break down these rocks? Where's the rally point for these things? I don't see the rally point. But he does sneak them around. The other Zerglings are going to come in and deal with Blues. But again, Blue then just got his speed, so he does get in here. He's going to get a super speedy full scout. Thus the benefit of having the speed being done. The Roach Warren is now actually coming down for it, and the Spine Crawler at the... Where's the Spine Crawler? Right here. So the speed does finish this for Fright Night, but he's just trying to... Now because he's outnumbered, all he's going to do is just get a scout. I mean, this is all the purpose of this is. The quick scout of the rocks to make sure there's nothing coming in there. There are a couple of drone kills. I mean, not a lot. We're talking like... I mean, there are more units lost for Fright Night than for... let's see here. So there was 3 Zerglings versus 6 Zerglings. So, I mean, it's not a huge loss there. And Fright Night decided to just cut his losses and come back home. But, oh, look at this. Blue with the super fast Spire. Like, he went like Roach, Spire. Oh, sorry. That is Roach Bane there for Fright Night. But the Spire, oh, that Spire once again is going to go ahead and actually come in. Oh, hold on 1 second here. Got to respond. Hold on. Did my last message not go through? Anyway, so no, this is going to finish a lot sooner. Like, if you look here, like, there's a good 25-second difference here. So, but mutas unfortunately take longer than 25 seconds to pop. So by the time the mutas actually finish for Blue, they will be easily countered. There is a small attack here, but the Roaches hold it off. These Zerglings aren't getting anywhere. The one Baneling dies basically to a sacrificial Zergling. Spore Crawler comes up, actually 2 of them to protect it. Does he throw 1? He does throw 2 in his main and natural, so he is going to protect himself this time. There aren't that... the Spire's finished, but there's no... there are 6 mutas, but I don't know about this. There are definitely... there are definitely enough here to do some damage. Hold on. So anyway, oh, this is actually a big push. Like, even though this is all ground-based, I mean, he's going to have mutas of his own. So he's got 5 mutas. But versus... I mean, this is a lot of mutas. I mean, how many are we talking here? We're talking 7 versus none right now. These mutas are going to do a lot of damage before Fright Knights actually push pop. So the thing is that this is going to be very dangerous. Right now, what Fright Knight needs to do is keep his army away from those mutas, pull back to his Spore Crawlers, and hold on till his own mutas are out. But he doesn't. He's trying to do that, but Roaches and Banelings are slow. He pulls back. He can't fully engage with those other mutas, so he's going to have to rely on the Spore Crawlers. The Spore Crawlers get in and do one shot, but he pulls back. So now that the additional mutas are there, I mean, like, Fright Knight will be able to pull this off. And the army sizes are about the same size. So this composition is actually looking slightly in favor of Fright Knight, only because he has the Roaches. So he can do a little bit of ground assault. And you know what? This is the time when you want to do the Nidus Worm. The Nidus Worm would allow these Roaches to be effective, while the Mutalisks actually deal with the other Mutalisks. Instead, he's trying to just simply keep them away from the mutas. Oh man! No. So he uses the Roaches to defend against the Zerglings, which is really like a double whammy. The Zerglings combined with the Mutalisks just destroy Roaches. But you know, now the superior muta count of Fright Knight is going to be able to take on these mutas, but he decides to just simply disengage. I'm not sure why he decided to disengage. There are no air upgrades, which I think actually Fright Knight could benefit from. There's a small engagement going on out here, but there, again, superior numbers to inferior numbers. He's going to be able to pick off these 3 mutas. The other mutas are swinging around, but there's just not enough. I mean, by the time it gets done, he didn't focus fire him. He could have gotten 2 more if he'd have just waited. I mean, losing these 3 mutas might have been worth it to get 2-3 more of blues. It would have been an even trade. But the Zergling fight down here is going in the favor of Fright Knights. He's winning the Zergling match, but unfortunately the Mutalist count is going to dwindle this Zergling count. So his only option is really just simply go into the main and do something. So he's using Mutalisks to go ahead and maybe do some harassment. But it's not going to be enough. The third of Fright Knight is going to go down because his only defense here is 3 Mutalisks, which don't compare to the 10 that Blue has sitting here. He hasn't built any additional Spore Crawlers. And he's forced to bring his Mutalisks back cross-map again to try to deal with this because he just doesn't have the units. And Blue is not going to attack into the Spore Crawler. It's just not a good idea. I mean, he'll pick off the base. He's out of range of the Spore Crawler. The Spore Crawlers only have a range of 7. And despite the fact that Mutas only have a range of 3, they're still outranging the Spore Crawler because they can just sort of pop in, you know, hit one of the Zerglings and do a little extra damage on the ricochet. So, I mean, they're going to pick off the Queen. They don't quite get the Queen. They do get the Queen. The Queen is now dead. And unfortunately, Blue looks like he's going to take this fight. He just keeps sending more and more units across the map. There are a few Zerglings, but it's really the muta count that's hurting him. It's got a nice contain on Friday. I'm sorry, on Fright Night. And in the meantime, Blue now has a fully saturated third of his own. He's got a base. I mean, like, you cannot live off of 2 base. The amount of larvae, you need either get a Macro Hatch or a Nidus Worm and do something fun. But you know, the 4th base is coming down for Blue. I mean, this is just not in Fright Knight's favor. He needs to do a major counterattack, but this muta count is just absolutely keeping Fright Knight in check. Fright Knight just simply does not have the resources to keep up this muta count. I mean, he's got the money, but not the larva. So the Zerglings go in, and they get stopped by 4 Queens. And these Queens now have, like, they do way more damage than Zerglings, and they clean up all the Zerglings like nobody's business. But you know, what he does manage to do is supply block Blue, surprisingly. So there are 3 Overlords on the way, but we're talking those things are 25 seconds out. So really, this is Fright Knight's chance to really get into this. He needs to kill the Overlord and keep it down. Okay, so he takes another over. Now he's really supply blocked. I mean, he can't make an additional unit. But all the Mutaflock for Blues shows up, and there's almost 24 units. Banelings go down and take out some of the... Pardon me, I need some water. Oh, there just are simply too many mutas. What we really need here is you need hardier units. You need Hydralisks or something to deal with these mutas. He's making Zerglings mainly because he doesn't have the gas production to be able to handle making... actually, he does. Fright Knight has a ridiculous amount of money. He just doesn't have a way to spend it. So, again, he calls GG, and it looks like Blue has taken the series 2-0. And Fright Knight, while he put up a good fight through the tournament, and he got to the semis... Oh! What is this? Achievement services disabled. That's not fun. It's just too many people in the chat is what it is. like everything is back to normal, I think. Okay. Let's go back here. I gotta rejoin this chat because potatoes. You wanna do this? Gonna remove you now. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I gotta rejoin the. I'm in this party chat. So let's add Pilly Pilly to this. So Pilly Pilly is our next opponent. I believe that moves him on to the finals. Let's confirm, make sure there's. I believe that was the last match. No, let's see here. Yes. Yeah. So it's gonna be Blue versus Pilly Pilly. And that's the match we're looking at here. All right. So here we are, the ESL America's Open number 27. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick pee here, and I will be right back. We're going to switch over to the Monster Cat. We're going to turn off the music here, turn the game here, and do that. Let's make sure the music actually turned off. All right. So we're going to play some Monster Cat, and I'll be right back here shortly. Make sure this thing's working. Alright. Is this thing on? Kidding. Alright. Alright, so do we have everyone we need? We do have our admins in here. We do have our peeps homies. By the way, if you guys are watching the tournament, I'm DJ Spectre. There is also a Portuguese, Brazilian-based group also casting. So if you're a South American fan or if you want to watch it, go ahead and check their stream out. It is twitch.tv/Rocklets, and that's ROCKLETZ. Otherwise, go ahead and click the follow button down at the bottom for me. You know, we'll get this show on the road. By the way, this is actually good. I'm actually very happy about this stream because today I actually surpassed 100 followers for the first time ever. I've actually broken the 100 follower thing. So let's get the follow train going. If you guys are watching, if you like what I do, just click the follow button. Even if you don't like me, come back. Just click follow to heckle me later. But yeah, let's get this going. You know, let's get the follow train going. I think I've got, let's see here. So far I've got 5 followers. Let's see if we can get it to 10 tonight. Let's see if I can get 10 new followers in one night. That would be amazing. Truly, truly, truly amazing. I think that would tickle me silly. Yeah. Anyway, this is the ESL Open. It's worth $50. So one of these American players, and for the first time, I believe it's an All-American. It's Pilly Pilly versus Blue. We're gonna go ahead and see an American Finals, which is actually kind of awesome in its own right. So, oh, it's actually this. Yeah. Let's do this. Let's go back. Go back to the other window I was in. Not that one. That. Okay, keep back button. Herpa derp, Mr. Chrome browser. Apparently you don't split anymore. Oh. There we go. We got a lot of people in here. There's a lot of people. So we are going to see one of my favorite matchups. It's TVZ. Why do I like it? Because I like watching Terrans wreck Zerg. Because, you know, Zerg sucks. Terran's the best race. That's what happened. Actually, I actually just like it because I like watching how people deal with certain compositions. I like to see the timings for it because I'm a Terran player, and TVZ is one of my weaker matchups. My Protoss isn't that bad, but my Zerg is awful. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn off Monster Cat. We're going to get into this game. I'm going to do this to re-enable music. And we're going to get the show on the road. The ESL finals are upon us. Oop, need to hit the 1 button. There we go. Sorry about the black screen. It will show up eventually. Move this down here. I'll close that window since I don't need it open. I know you can't follow again. It's okay. Alright, so my client hasn't crashed yet. Oh, thank God, thank God. Alright, it hasn't crashed yet. I had that happen earlier. Weird. Thankfully, the computer hasn't crashed, and the stream has not crashed. So that's actually a good thing. And I've only had one instance where the achievement service is disabled has happened. And that's mainly because of the fact that we have 481.3685 people in the party. The more people you have in the party, the more chances you have for things like lag and all kinds of stuff, because you're dealing with, you know, 4 or 5 different locations of internet. Who knows what kind of computer configuration? I mean, maybe there's cats involved. Whatever. However, never ever, what the ever. We have a game going on. It's the ESL Finals number 27, America's Open. We got our American Blue Zerg player who decided to actually play as his name. It's Blue. And over here on the other side of the map, why is he Protoss? I thought it was Terran. He must have switched races. Whatever. I'll take PVZ also. It doesn't matter. We've got Pilly Pilly. Alright. So, now these guys, this is, you know, this is Cactus Valley. So, I mean, you've got, like, a spawn here, and then obviously the 2 up there. What you typically tend to do when you do it, you tend to spawn your horizontal location first. Just because there's a, I believe, a slight... I'm not sure if it's a slightly shorter distance. I think because you got to go like this, out, down. I think it might be a shorter. I think it's slightly shorter to go horizontal than vertical. Don't. I'd have to time that. I think it's close. Whoa. The Money Boys, hey! Team Money. Team Money. I like that. Team Money. Oxygen OP. You speaking like you know something. I like the way you think, buddy. Or gal, if you're a woman. I can never tell. People's usernames are about as... I mean, like, you could be like... You could have a name that literally is like, I'm a boy. And it's a chick. Ish happens, my bishes. So, you know what we're going to do? Where is my... Let's do this.
Game resumed.
All right, the game's back. He's fixed that. He's fixed his mouse issues. Typically that can happen if you play with wireless mice. I don't know too many StarCraft players that play with wireless mice. I did once upon a time, but the only reason why I stopped is not because that wireless mice have lag. Contrary to popular belief, they do not anymore. If you get one that that is a 1,000 reports a second, because that's the exact same speed as USB. The only difference is the weight. I don't like heavy mice, and so like the mouse I'm using to cast with is a giant, like this is the Logitech G700, and it's a really great wireless mouse. It's got like more buttons almost than an MMO mouse, but the difference is that it's really heavy because there's a lithium battery in it, right? So what I game with instead is the G9, which is slightly lighter weight. It's an older mouse. I know that SteelSeries makes really lightweight mice, but they don't have enough buttons on the side, so it's meant, those are more meant for like Counter-Strike. But oh, Team Money Boys. Okay, I'm an idiot. Sorry, Oxygen OP. And yes, okay, I get it. You're a dude. Yes, I was guessing. I guessed right. So the probe does get in here. It gets cornered and killed, but not before it spots the timing on both the hatch and the... Oh my god, I almost said the swirly thing. Sorry, the spawning pool. It's been a long night, guys. It's been a long night. And this is best of 5. A best of 5? I'm going to talk like a Frenchman for the next 1 minute. Maybe it might hurt my throat. But what we see here is we see a double gateway. I see a gateway and a cybercore. So nothing sneaky, nothing like a what you call a starport or sorry, Stargate. No proxy. That actually really hurts. I can't do that. But anyway, yeah. So there be that. I need to go to profile and channel. Then no, I need to go to dashboard. Try to popular. Nope, don't want to hear myself again. That's hard. I don't want to do that. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. All right. So anyway, so it's fairly typical. I mean, I don't see anything crazy. I mean, we do see another gateway at the front here, which is good. Splitting up your gateways gives you some defense. We've seen earlier Protoss games today on my stream where they only had one gateway down, or they had a forge or something at the front, and they lost their ability to actually produce defensive units during extreme pressure. Both these players know where the other is. You know, Blue just found where Pili Pili is. So, I mean, he can send his swarm for the swarm up this way if he wants. In the meantime, Pili Pili has the extra base. He has a wall off. He's okay. He's got a small gap here to get a probe out between the two gateways with his zealot, but it'll hold. If he absolutely had to, he could throw down a forge, but there's no early pressure. The Stalker's going to go ahead and pop here. And we'll give some good reinforcements. He can't move the zealot out of position. So instead, he's just going to use these Zerglings to do the best thing he can, which is chip away at this gateway, which actually will open quite a large hole. I mean, it's not gonna die by the time the Stalker finishes, because another ship core is just going to float right over here and go ahead and kill it. However, it will do some armor damage. Oh no, it's got 5 shields left. It didn't even get to do any permanent damage to the gateway, because the shields on this thing will just simply regenerate. So wow, that's unfortunate for Blue. He actually had a chance to do a little bit of damage, but now the Zergling push is definitely real. He's committing all in. The Zealot actually gets out of position and allows him to surround on itself, and now the Zerglings are actually in the base. Oh, a very quick thinking on Pili Pili's part, and he throws down 2 pylons very quickly. He then throws down another pylon and another pylon. Wow, he's actually held this incredibly well. Wow, fast thinking by Pili Pili on this. Quickly warps in 2 zealots and a sentry to go ahead and make sure that he does not have that problem again. And wow, super fast defense by Pili Pili. Probably one of the fastest 3-unit warpins I've ever seen. I know there's like a command hotkey or like a hotkey setup you can do to actually speed that up so it's instantaneous. But yeah, wow, excellent defense actually by Pili Pili. That could have turned disastrous. And in fact, that was one of the things that we saw earlier where a pylon went down and then a forge. He warps 3 zealots down to the lower ground. It looks like he's going to push because he feels that he's got the ability to do it. The defense side... Sorry. On the defense side, we don't see much. And by the way, I didn't do this. Sorry, I got to do this and this. Sorry about that, guys. Forgot the production tab. We only see 2 Zerglings and a few Roaches. That's not going to be enough to hold this. There's far too many Zealots for this Roach force to actually be able to deal with. Despite the fact that Roaches are the counter to Zealots, and so are Stalkers, this is not going to work out so well. I mean, there are just simply too many Zealots. In the meantime, this Queen gets zapped down here. The third is highly exposed. And should Pili Pili decide to engage into that, he'd be fine. The Roaches can't micro like they good time warp, actually, on the Roach micro. There is really little here that Blue can do versus this ridiculous aggression. He warped in another pylon down here, and he can just constantly reinforce, and he does sort of, he throws a force field down, but it doesn't really do anything. It blocks, leaves a 1 hex square, but these Zealots are able to basically deal with the Queen and the Natural. The Natural is basically dead. There were 12 drones lost in that entire attack. I mean, that was insane. The Roaches now are cut off. The only reinforcements are here, and there's, looks like 3 Roaches down here, but there's just simply too much Protoss. And GG is finally called by Blue. Gonna wait a little bit longer for some of these other players to leave the game. But yeah, wow, well done. Well done by Pili Pili. He takes a decisive victory in under 9 minutes. So excellently done by him, and we will see him. We're gonna go into game number 2 here, I believe, pretty soon. Let me go back to the score screen. Hopefully it won't lag out. Hey, that's the solution. You gotta wait till everyone else gets out. All right, because we have a lobby of 9 people. Not gaming with Zealots, with the Zealots. What kind of pleb we got here? Passer, watch the rest of the game. In about a minute, you're gonna see how this all ends. But anyway, yeah, so Blue actually took that on the nose in the first game. And Alright, so this is game number 2 of a best of 5. It's a Protoss versus Zarg on Coda in the ESL America's Open number 27. This is for $50. That's 5-0. Actually, it's 5-0 for those of you guys actually looking at the camera, because this would be 05. Whatever! Can't look at the camera and do this. In the left-hand side of the map, currently down 1-0 after suffering a devastating Protoss 4-gate, basically. It is Blue. The guy, the man, the myth, the Protoss, the red Protoss. It's Pili Pili. So what I'm thinking here is that Blue really should just do some early pressure. I really think he should really hammer Pili Pili here early, especially if he takes an expansion. He really should send a drone over here just to scout to see if the expansion goes down first. If it does, then he should definitely do something crazy like a 12 or 14 pool where he just simply floods with lings, keeps the pressure up, prevents any kind of tech from ever being developed from Pili Pili. I think that's probably the way to go in this case. I'm not sure if he'll do that. That's not really the current meta. Most people don't like doing that for one reason or another, just because it costs so much, but I really think that that's what he needs to do to sort of get back on his feet here. Just something not necessarily cheeky, just kind of crazy, wild, like Rush, like Wings of Liberty like. So the gateway goes on the back, and there is no wall, and that's the other thing, is that there is no wall here. All you have to do is really just wreck the Nexus. Micro properly against the workers, and wreck the Nexus, and it's game over for Pili Pili. But he opts for hatch first. Did he go pool? No, his pool still isn't down. So we'll see here. $50. What's up? $50. That's what Oxygen OP says. Oxygen is so OP. Breathing is OP. Oh, what's this? Why is this probe stopping? Is he gonna make it? Oh, what's he doing? The drone's chasing the probe down. Okay, I get it. He really needs to send at least one of these drones to work. I think he pulled it over thinking maybe it was like a Zell or something, but a Zell doesn't move that fast. So again, I mean, just standard stuff. I mean, we don't see a cyber core yet out of Tilly because he did take the early expansion, which means he won't have stalkers. You know, it's gonna hurt him. He doesn't even have a unit out. I mean, that's the one thing about this probe. It scouted the fact there's no Zerglings. Oh, damn it, I did it again. I always forget this. So here's our proper overlay. I don't know why I'm yawning. I've had like half a Red Bull and I'm fat. Well, actually, I'm kind of tired. I get tired when I haven't eaten. There's really not much going on. There's no aggression. We're 4.5 minutes into this game, and drones are being made. Oh, there's a Zealot. Hold on a second here. The army value is at 100 now. Where's the other Zealot? No, it hasn't even made yet. Oh, he has. Right there he is. There is the... Oh, that was, for a while, the only units on the field. And the only other army units... What is it? Well, let's see where it's at. 2 queens, and that's it. Yeah, there's 2 queens. So 2 queens and a Zealot. That's the entire army for the entire game right now at 5.25 minutes. So basically, there is nothing going on in this game. Very slow start to this game. Queen's gonna come out here. I thought she was gonna drop a creep tumor. Nope. Maybe. I don't know. I guess he's just playing around with his queen. A sentry, a Zealot. Warp gate is half done. Normally I would talk about what I'd like these players to do or how they would like to do it, but I've done that already. I really thought Blue should have done earlier regression. It did not happen. He does go ahead and take a third. I mean, these guys are basically just playing some cities. There's more buildings going down here to assimilators. Another hatch. That's it. I mean, the army values are next to nothing. I mean, 200 and 300. And Zerg is somehow ridiculously supply blocked. How the hell did he manage that? I mean, how... Oh, he lost the Overlord that was scouting the base. That's how. Anyway, but here we go. We finally see some aggression coming in. We do go ahead and we are going to see this this Zergling attack as it rolls in here. The Mothership Core is there to sort of defend, but it's a little out of position. Sentry will be able to hold it off the force field. So the Mothership Core is going to try to do something. The Zealot's blocking the way, and all he's doing is basically he's going to get a couple Zerglings for free with this Mothership Core. It's not really the best of scenarios at this point. Zerglings are going to sneak in, but unfortunately Mothership Core flies. Lots of sentries, and most of them have enough energy. They all start off with at least enough energy for a single force field. But they're going to be able to defend this third. These really aren't enough. There's a Lucid Phoenix now, but you know that amount of sentries can one-shot a Zergling. I mean, Zerglings really only have 35 hit points, and laser ropes or disruptor beams do 6. So when 6 of them attack, they do 36 damage, which is 1 more than the health of an actual Zergling. So the Phoenix, which is the fake Phoenix, just pokes around, hallucinated as it is. It spots things. It sees all. It's fast. It's dead now. I really need some food. I need to wake up. It's finals. So this Overlord is just simply chilling here. Let's see what he's got. What vision does he have over here? He sees the fact that there's a gateway and this radar station that's probably only used by Terrans from the 20th century. In the meantime, he's spreading out his Overlords quite a bit. He's getting a decent amount of creep, but he really needs more tumors. He really needs an extra queen up here spitting out more. I know the OBS will eventually be coming. Is there a... There is. Here it is. So there's the factory. We will be seeing definitely an observer soon. There are no overseers out on the map. We're getting, is that tunneling claws? No, that's roach speed. Oh, he is getting tunneling claws, so he's gonna go for burrow here. Because of double roach warren, which is something you don't see very often. He's doing it just for this purpose. I don't know where his actual roaches are. So queens, zerglings, drones. There's the roaches. They have just popped. So his roaches are sitting here. And look at his tunneling claws and Goliath reconstruction. That's going to go ahead and allow him to burrow and then move faster. With those two combined things, they'll be go pretty quick. This is a decent creep spread over here. What I'd really actually like to see is a Nidus worm. Because you can unburrow. Oh! And Burrow's going to finish. Ooh, the timing on Burrow was a little off, but this is going to be very good. I mean, the roach speed here is going to help. He's moving them all across the map. Having Burrow help, because if he ever gets a baneling nest, he can create baneling mines, which will be great. There is several photon cannons kind of everywhere. As well as, is there an observer? There is one observer. Where is the observer at? It's here somewhere. There it is. Right there. You can see it right there. Right there. But these roaches are going to come in, and they're not going to get much done, because there's a mothership core hanging out there. And if you try, you can do burrow micro, I suppose, but too many photon cannons. There's a couple of sentries there. He gets some in. I mean, this is actually not bad. He did force field his own army into his base, so he does manage to take down one of the gateways. He moves underneath, sees the photon cannons, decides it's a bad idea. But you know what? He's got +1 attack, and so it's +1 versus +1. The force fields go down to keep it, but he can just keep going back and forth and just taking his stuff out. He decides to just say, screw it, run in, YOLO. He one-shots the cannons, takes out the stalkers, almost one-shots the other cannon, but the force fields there don't finish in time. He brings the roaches back down the ramp, and force fields himself back in. He burrow micros again underneath it to pop up, and the force fields do nothing. This is actually really, 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 really good. He decides to pull the units out. Oh, forgot about that. Did not mean to do that. That was my fault, guys. And that was actually really well done. I mean, it was a really even exchange, but you know what? Look at this. DTs and no detection. Where is the Dark Shrine at, by the way? Oh, there's the Dark Shrine, but here it is. He's going to make another push. He's going to come in. He's going to be like, all right, what are you going to do about this? All right, I'm going to take your stalkers out. I'm going to burrow out of that, so your force fields are negated. However, he doesn't know that these 5 DTs are, like, on a mission to go destroy something. However, look at this craziness. In comes the blue tide. Everything comes in. These roaches should basically be able to take out this Nexus, like, quicker than anything. They do focus it down. The shields are going down. One more round. One more. That's it. There goes the Nexus. He goes ahead and focuses it down. Now, even though he does have... He's got... Well, what is he doing? Oh, he springs up underneath the units. They can't really do anything about it. He goes into a melee attack mode, which I don't believe he has the bonus for. The DTs are here, but they're going unknown. He loses nearly all of his roach forces, but he does take out the Nexus. I'm not really sure that hurts him so much. However, oh! Blue decides to call it when he sees the DTs. Wow, so 5 DTs ended after he sees his roach force evaporated. What I really think he should have done is I don't think he should have done the burrow. I think he should have just stayed and fought and killed the army and at least wiped it out. Maybe gotten the DT shrine and then dealt with making overseers later. I mean, he had the lair, I believe. I believe he did have the lair. I think he did. Damn it, fucking shit. No. Alright. So that was surprising. That was really surprising. I think that what happened there was he just didn't make an overseer, realized he was going to be taken out. But the thing is, he had 2 other bases. I mean, he could have made an overseer, and he could have made some more roaches back home. He had a massive roach army there, but after he killed the Nexus, he tried to burrow down the ramp, and there was an observer there, and that didn't work. And so his army, especially with the Immortal there, was just wrecking it. He should have stayed at the top of the ramp, formed a concave, and killed all of Pili-Pili's units, and he would have had a better shot at actually taking that. So, yeah. I think that engagement could have gone a little bit better. It did not, but that is how the cookie crumbles in StarCraft. YOLO. Play a little Monster here. I'm not sure where the in-game music is and why it's so friggin' quiet. Maybe it's because there's a problem here with the dream sounds here. Actually. StarCraft 2's all the way up. Let's try. No, it's turned up all the way. I don't know what's causing it. I don't know. Hey, by the way, guys, I need you guys to tell me if you guys can hear the in-game music or not, because I'm not able to hear it in my own headphones. So, let me know if you guys can hear the in-game music, because I can't, and I don't know why, and I've got it just about up as loud as it'll go, and I don't want to overpower the sound effects of the game. Anyway, while we wait, I'm DJ Spectre. Follow me on Twitter at DJ Spectre TV. You can actually see that down here. Sorry, down there, over there. Actually, Twitter's right here. Twitch is down here. It's meant more for the YouTube group than anything. So anyway, this is game number 3. Currently our underdog, it's our American Zerg player. His name is Blue, and he's blue. Alright. The guy currently taking advantage of all the other one's mistakes. It's our red Protoss player. It's Pilly Pilly. Some crazy zooming in, and it gets nuttier! Okay, I just made it a motion save. I do think, though, that Blue should do some early pressure here. He's got nothing else to lose. I mean, what's the worst thing that happens? He cheeses and he fails. And once again, I mean, we see an early pylon. You know, this means he's going to go ahead and expand here first. This means that he's going to be vulnerable early game. He should literally make 8 Zerglings, run into the base, kill this pylon, kill whatever other pylon is back here, and he can't do anything until those 2 pylons come back, and then slowly work with the workers and expand. He got Protoss. So instead, we see another fast expansion, which means we're going to see a fast expansion on a Pilly Pilly. And that is how this matchup is going to go today. Like I said, I don't like this. I think that Blue is doing the same thing 3 times in a row is not going to work. The Burrow Micro was actually awesome. He did a really good with Burrow Micro. Actually, to be honest, there was a way he could have only done certain units Burrow Micro. Instead, he did all the Roaches Burrow Micro instead of just simply burrowing the ones that were behind the force fields. So there was some room for improvement on that front. But Pilly Pilly just simply handled. He took advantage of the one thing that wasn't happening. He sent DTs into the base, and when the burrow down the ramp occurred, he had an observer in the right place, and it just destroyed what little army he had. So, really hoping here that Blue can turn around. I actually may go to Taco Bell and get some food after this. I'll ride over to Taco Bell. What do you guys think of Taco Bell in the chat? Not that it really matters, but still, we see an expansion, another wall, and forges. Oh, so he's gonna go. Oh, he's already protecting against the potential of a flood. So he's gonna go ahead and kill these rocks off so he can build his own buildings. Oh, dude, I did it again. Every game. We do see speed coming down, but speedlings are going to do absolutely nothing against the competition. I'm going to drink some water, guys. With my rehab cup from the rehab nightclub. My drink was served in this thing, and it's like taller than my head. So yeah, that was it was not cheap. I think it was like $37 for that. But holy cow, does it get you rocked? So anyway, we do see a pylon up here. This allows them to warp in units down here on the bottom, which is a very clever and useful thing. The Stargate. So the only thing I can think of is if he's going to go for late Oracle. I mean, that's one way to do it. I mean, your wall is kind of secure here. You can knock down a pylon here and flood in, which is possible. If he goes Banelings, this is very much in danger, this whole thing is. Because Banelings will... will basically take down these two pylons, neuter the cannon, the Zealot can't do anything against it, and then just run into the main here and just obliterate things. But he is flooding. Does he have the Baneling Nest? There's the Roach Horn. So once again, we're going to see Ling Roach. I don't see... I mean, he's got to get Lair in order to get Burrow, I believe. So we'll see what happens. These Zerglings are not going to do anything against this fortified wall. They're going to take a lot of damage taking out one of these pylons. I'm not sure where he's going. Probably just checking for a third, but I don't know. Why would the Zerg check for a third? Like, Protoss can't expand that fast. At least not properly, anyway. +1 weapons do get started. Warp Gate will be finished here soon. There is a little bit of an attack here by the Mothership Core. He throws down a Spore Crawler preemptively. He does not see the Oracle. Maybe he did. Well, does he see? No, he doesn't even know it's there. He literally is just blindly guessing that there's air coming because he hasn't seen any aggression. He didn't see anything but one Stalker and a Zealot at the front. I don't even think the Stalker was out at the time. So he puts a Spore Crawler in each base, but this one's in a bad position. He really needs to put it right here because the Oracle can still like shoot this whole area here. And he has Hydra Den? Yeah, but he has no air defense in the main. So these two Oracles are coming cross map now, and here it is. So the Zergling scouts it, the Overlord scouts it, and they're going right into the main, right where there is actually no defense. He moves all the workers out because he knows there's a problem. He brings her over here by the Queen, which is going to go and try to do some defense. You know, he realizes that he doesn't have it. The Spore Crawler is still going down. He manages to scare off and kill one of those, but the Spore Crawler finally goes down, and this thing is not going to last long under fire because it's one of the weaker units in the Protoss army. They did give it, I believe, did they give it a speed boost or a shield boost? They gave it some boost, but it didn't really do a lot. But if you look at the total units lost, I mean, it's like 1 Oracle and 4 drones. I mean, we're really at a very low count here as far as units lost. Now here you see the rest of the 4. You see sentries. You see a Stalker. There's a forward pylon coming down, and the Oracles, once they have energy, will be able to rip through Zerglings like tissue paper. So this really isn't... This is a really unique composition where he's using the Oracles to sort of deal with this, but there's nothing that shoots up. I mean... Oh, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. I forgot he built the Hydra Den earlier. I did see that. I even called that out. The Hydra Den will ruin the life of these Oracles, but he's going to send one of the Oracles off to see if there's anything coming over here. Put another pylon, and he's just going to be able to constantly reinforce these 3 pylons. And what it is, and Pili Pili is basically... This is the siege. This is a siege. And right now, what they need is they need Hydra range. I don't think they have the range yet. Oh, they do. He's got the range upgrade. That's good. Guardian Shield goes down. A 3rd Oracle decides to join the fight. And everything's going to go into this to deal with the Hydra. So really good attempted pincer attack. The Zerglings actually get around. The Hydras get in here. And they're doing a surprising amount of damage against this stuff. I mean, the Oracles are... One of the Oracles goes down. A 2nd Oracle is about to fall. Oh, no, he doesn't get target fired. He doesn't target fire the Oracle. He target fires the Stalkers. All 3 Oracles. Mothership Core goes down. There's only a few Hydras left. And the reinforcement with the Zealots is actually helping here. So he retreats with the 1 Zealot. Oh, no, he A-moves. Oh, no, he just regular moved right up that ramp. He saw the army, he couldn't do anything about it. He actually took that engagement, just really didn't go that well for him. I mean, he does not have enough Hydras and Roaches. Unfortunately, this 3rd is going to go down. There's just too many Stalkers here. There aren't enough things to kill Stalkers fast enough. I mean, Hydras would do it, but once again, all these pylons here able to warp in units from everywhere are causing issues. He does do a small reinforce here with a few Roaches trying to pick off these Zealots. There just simply are not enough Hydras to deal with these Stalkers. I mean, amazing play, GG, and Blue gets shut out 3-0. Congratulations to Pili Pili. He goes ahead and takes the $50 for ESL America's Open number 27. And so with that, the tournament has ended. We have our champion. And we we'll eventually sign off eventually. But yeah, I want to give a big shout out real quick here. My name is DJ Spectre. If you haven't already, give me a follow. You'll know when I stream via email, or if you have an iPhone, the Twitch app also sends push alerts. Follow me on Twitter at DJ Spectre TV. I will send notifications out just before I stream, or when big events like the finals for a tournament that I'm casting finishes. So, with that, congratulations to Pilly Pilly. He walks away with $50 American, and he's an American, so that's a good thing. We had an All-American final. We had an American win the tournament. That's kind of a nice little Inception thing. Thank you to the admins. Thank you to ESL. The admins being, who's here? It's Future Medic, and who's the other one? Rose Roderis. Rose Rodere. She also helped. So, I don't know. I'm DJ Spectre, and this was the ESL number 27. Don't forget to click that follow button. I am signing off for the night, people. If you want to catch me, my next broadcast will be Wednesday, where I broadcast usually the Platinum Diamond Tournament. That starts at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then after that, I have my Thirsty Thursday stream at the same time, but on Thursdays. So, anyway.